about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
You're listening to the Wrestlebread podcast.
Cut the shit.
How many red carpets you guys want to walk in your $4,000 ridiculous heels? You will never be able to lace up my Chuck Taylors.
This is your fault. This is your fault.
I didn't get mad when you stole all my moves.
Your daddy's not here anymore.
How was your movie, by the way? I missed it.
Mine went straight to DVD, just like yours.
Careful you don't hurt your neck again going through those ropes.
Yeah, we are live, Live. This is episode 188 of the Wrestlebread podcast. My name is JD, the first effing lady. And once again, I am here with a special prediction show because we got a lot of wrestling this weekend. I mean, clock in and get paid type of watch alongs that we're about to have here. We have, starting off on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, we have Night of Champions from WWE. And then competing together, you know, we thought Tony Khan was lying when he says that he is at war with WWE. And we are seeing it come to fruition, ladies and gentlemen, because on Sunday night at 8 o'clock at the same damn time, we have NXT Battleground and AEW's Double or Nothing. We are back to move over Monday Night Wars. It is Sunday night pay-per-view / premium live event going on here. I mean, it's a lot. And as you see here, I am not by myself. I am here with two of my bloodline brothers. First off, starting off over here, as I figure out which way I'm pointing, we have Devin from the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast, the Tribal Chief. How you doing today?
Yo, what's good? What's going on, my bloodline sister? I appreciate the invite coming through. Appreciate the hospitality. I'm ready to have some fun, and we're gonna have a good night of wrestling, a buttload of wrestling. Like, tell the wrestling guys to cut the check. All right, putting in time.
Exactly. And then last but not least, we have, as the chat's going crazy, the man who will give you the dirt, but he is still clean. We have Dirt Sheet Dan. How you doing today?
This is becoming a full-time job. Jeez, going through the dirt sheets, like going through the weeds. You know, gotta dive right out, get into the real world. You know, NXT's putting that battle in Battleground with this Sunday. Jeez,
they really are. Like, I didn't think we would ever come to this, because normally WWE have their stuff on Saturday. First it was Sunday, then AEW's on Saturday, then they switched it. Now AEW's on Sunday, WWE's on Saturday, and then Papa H, Shawn Michaels, Vince McMahon somewhere in the background with the mustache. You know, Tony Khan's secret family member, it's up out there, was like, you know what? We gonna go at the same time, this premium live event from NXT, to go against AEW's Double or Nothing. And here we go. Yes, Dan has dirty sheets.
Dirty Dan.
Dirt Sheet Dan. That's right. But yeah, it is a lot of wrestling this week, especially for those who like to watch other companies. We had Raw on Monday, NXT Tuesday, Double or Nothing. AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. Impact, if you like to watch Impact, on Thursday. Tomorrow is SmackDown and Rampage. Then it's Night of Champions Saturday, and then NXT Battleground and Double or Nothing on Sunday, and then we just go right back to it all over again. So for all those who love to watch everything, good luck. I wish you luck. Make sure you drink your coffee, your tea, your wine, your alcohol, your beer, whatever it is that helps you stay up. Yes, because there's a lot of wrestling to do, a lot of wrestling to go through, a lot of predictions that we're going to go through, a lot of recaps that we have to go through too.
Jeez.
So yeah.
Tell the wrestling guys to cut the check.
And that's not even everything. I'm glad we're not talking about everything because just like you said, you got Under Siege. Mm-hmm. All this week is the finishing touches on the Best of the Super Juniors, which the semis is tomorrow. The finals is Sunday morning. So we're not even touching everything.
Yes. And then if you're into sports, too.
Speaking of sports.
Streets.
Yes.
Streets in the building.
Streets in the building, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? Thank you for tuning in.
And the chat is popping right now.
It is. Then we got Smacking It Raw, the dirtiest podcast out there. Y'all thought Dirt Sheet Dan was dirty. Dirtiest podcast out there, but they still cool too. Thank you for tuning in as well. But yeah, it's a lot going on this weekend. All right. And like I said, we didn't even touch the little bit on that. And then, first of all, make sure you tune in to everything that the Bloodline Entertainment Network is doing. Yes, the Bloodline is now on all of your devices, and we're covering everything. Okay, we covering sports, entertainment, sports and entertainment. We cover movies, and we started doing gaming as well. If you like what you see here with us, you can catch us at all different places. First of all, you can catch me. I am now streaming. I'm now back to streaming my gaming again. You can catch me on Mondays and Tuesdays around 11:15 on Monday. So right after you watch Raw, if it was a snooze fest for you, you can wake right on up and hang out with me for the episode for late night gaming with JD. And then on Tuesday, after you watch the director's cut and NXT and everything like that, you can tune back in at 11 to check me out again. Next week, Monday, I'll be playing Detroit Become Human. And then Tuesday, I'll continue playing Jedi Survivor. A lot of funny stuff that's going on there. You would think that I'm new to it because I tend to just walk straight off of ledges, as we've been seeing. But I swear I've been playing video games for a long time.
She's nice with it. She nice with it. I was watching. I was like, she got skills. She was whooping their ass. Like
double saber action,
Yes. Right. Sometimes, with the world that you live in, it's good to take it all out on a bunch of stormtroopers, so. And then on Wednesday, you can check out the Tribal Chief of Podcasting at, is it permanently at 11 Eastern?
No. That was just
okay.
Little time change we did, to cover for somebody. But the regular time will be midnight Central, 1 a.m. on the Eastern. For all your night owls out there want to kick it with me, we're gonna be playing Destiny 2. It's a first-person shooter game, open world, story-based, PvP, got a little bit of everything, but it's one of my favorite games, and you get to, come along with me and see how I get down.
There you go. Exactly. So you can catch the newest editions of the Bloodline Entertainment Network, where we now get into gaming with the exclusively on Twitch as well. So come in late night, get your drink, whatever, and chill with us as well. But you can always catch this guy too. If you want to know all the dirt that's going on, you make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can catch all the YouTube shorts of Dirt Sheet Dan, just giving you the info. And it comes straight out with it too. No paywall, okay, that you have to go behind or anything. He gives it to you straight up, right then and there.
We don't need no Meltzer or Alvarez. You got Dirt Sheet Dan right here.
He's not afraid of CM Punk, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Not Dirt Sheet Dan.
Hey, I've been to Chicago and he didn't show up. That's all you need to know.
Not a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. Not a coincidence. But yeah, we have a lot to get into. So starting out, now I don't watch NXT faithfully, so I can't even give a prediction of who I think is going to win. But just the overall review, we have Carmelo Hayes going against Braun Breaker for the NXT Championship. Lyra Valkyria going against Tiffany Stratton. I know who Tiffany is. And that's the tournament final for the vacant NXT Women's Championship. Namdar going against Dragon Lee. British Rounds Rules match for NXT Heritage Cup. We got Wesley going against Tyler Bate and Joe Gacy. Triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. Ilya Dragunov versus Dijak, last man standing match. I actually watched I saw the little like cinematic little vignette that they did where, you know, Dijak needs to be put into some type of Call of Duty game or something like that. He has like the greatest look, the greatest turn. Whoever decided to film those two together, it was just chef's kiss. I hope he's in Metal Gear Solid that's coming out, okay? Because they showed the camera behind him, and Ilya was like, "I'm still standing," and then you see Dijak turn and go. Huh. I was like, this guy needs to be in a game somewhere. Like somebody needs to put him in a movie or something. So we got a match between them, last man standing match. And then for the NXT Tag Team Championship match, we had the Creed brothers going against Gallus, Mark Coffey, and Wood Game with Joe Coffey as well. So we'll start off with Dan. What's your overall view of NXT Battleground?
I'm actually hyped for it. Like I've been watching NXT each week. I try and watch it now. Like now that's not the 2.0, and they're kind of like
it's always 2.0.
The in between with 2.0 and Black and Gold. It's like they made a love child, and this is what it is now. Mm-hmm. But I'm actually hyped for it. Like I'm actually a big Noam Dar fan. I like them in NXT UK. You got the British Rounds match, which is a great concept. You got 6 rounds of 3 minutes, and you go through each one. You get a pin. It ends the round automatically, and if somebody gets knocked out or they don't make the count for the 10 count, they automatically lose. And I think it's best 2 out of 3 winner. If it goes to the whole 6 rounds, the champ retains. And I just like his heel character. He's kind of full of himself. You get Dragon Lee to do something. I liked on Tuesday where Dragon Lee was talking to the Heritage Cup and looking at Noam Dar, trying to get him sidetracked from his match with Nathan Frazier. That helped him Nathan win the match. I think Noam Dar is going to win because he's going to find somebody. He's having a hard time finding a quarterman, and I think he's going to find somebody, and he's going to win with like the sneaky tactics that he likes to do. I just don't see Dragon Lee being the type of guy to win that Heritage Cup. I think it fits Noam Dar. It gives him purpose. It keeps him riding high. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward, of course, to him, Carmelo Hayes, against Braun, Evil Boy Breaker. That's going to be a tight match. I think Carmelo Hayes is going to win that. And then one that's kind of been like sneaky for me is, you said it, Dijak versus Dragunov. These are 2 big guys, brutes. Yes. I think Dragunov is kind of on his way up, and this is probably his last thing. They need to start building Dijak. He has not won a pay-per-view match since he's been back on NXT. You got to write that. You got to write that. It's like the new cop character here. Like they need to keep going with it. For some reason, I just like seeing his entrance. When you see like the jail cell go, you hear the noise, and then you see him come out. Like it's great. It's like a cop mixed with Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, he gave me Big Boss Man vibes during that little vignette because he had a baton too and everything. I'm like, okay, here we go. But yeah, I know Dragunov, of course, the crazy match that he had with Walter and everything, and then Dijak, of course, when he was feuding with Keith Lee and was put on the map that way as well. So yeah, that's one of the matches I'm excited for. And I'm a fan of Carmelo Hayes. I feel as though like he is like such a big star as well. And then so with the rematch between those two as well. And I'm after you explain the British rounds rule, I do look forward to that match as well. And then seeing the triple threat match too with Wesley and Tyler Bate in there as well. I mean, normally with NXT, they always put on a pretty good premium live event as well. So I know that this is going to turn out to be good. They haven't really missed yet, even with NXT, even when it was NXT 2.0. as well. So yeah, they've been on a roll.
There's definitely room for a shakeup. That's what that's what I'm hoping, and they have the chance to do it Sunday.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna reveal. They'll eventually reveal either here, well, probably on Tuesday, of who the mystery person was that attacked Roxanne. Of course,
I got an idea who it is too.
Yeah, because people are saying Mandy.
No.
Nah.
People are trying to say Mandy.
Dirt Sheet Dan's got the he's got the juice.
Oh, he got the stuff. There it is. Y'all gotta tune in. All right. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to Twitch, as my phone reminds me to drink water. But follow us on Twitch and everything like that, so that you can hear the latest from Dirt Sheet Dan as well. Devin, how do you feel about NXT Battleground this weekend?
Oh, I love me some NXT 2.0, because I love it, near and dear to my heart. I'm ready for Battleground. I'm ready for every match from beginning, starting with Gallus and the Creed brothers. The build has been somewhat, I don't know, mediocre, because talking promos are just not their strength when it comes to the Creeds or Gallus. I'm like, bro, Gallus, just ain't y'all thing, man. Just get to the fisticuffs. And same with the Creeds too. But I think the match is gonna bang though. It's gonna be a banger. So I'm ready for that.
We gotta remember, like, mixed in with that is the family, the Don and Stacks. They're part of the storyline too.
Yep. So that can get infused as well. Good point. I'm ready for Dragunov. I'm ready for Dijak. This possibly could steal the show. I think so, because Wesley and Dijak from their last Premium Live event, I think they stole the show too, because they just had a phenomenal match, and I think Dijak's going to put in work with Dragunov. Shout out to Dijak, man. If he was just, I think he was just born in the wrong time. He was born like, if he was his age now in the 80s, he would kill it in the acting career right now. That look he got is so 80s right now. I'm like, you 80s villain, just my brain of justice.
I'm getting that Dolph Lundgren vibe. That's what I'm
right.
Yes. If he dies, he dies.
Oh man.
Exactly.
So I'm ready for that match. Norm Dord, Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee has been having a great build since he came in to NXT, from his whole presentation to his music. His music is the shit. I love his bass for Dragon Lee. So I think Norm Dard loved his character, sneaky. Right now he's trying to find somebody in his corner. Can't find nobody. If you saw what happened from last episode, he was having issues. So I think that's going to play a part to what Dirt Sheet Dan said for their match. So that's a good point. And of course, Tiffany Stratton, Valkyria. I am surprised by Valkyria. I thought we was going to get Stratton and
Cora Jade.
Yeah. And I think people had Cora Jade going, but I got Stratton going all the way. I got Stratton going over. I'm excited for this match. And then I am him. Yes, Hayes and Braun Breaker. That dude is a monster. Ever since they just, hey, you go heel and do your thing. Like, I love his whole character development, showing that Carmelo Hayes barbershop, talking that shit. He was like, "Oh, I'm not there. I'm at your barbershop. I'm about to go get a quick cut real quick." I'm like, wow. So I'm all excited for all these matches. I'm ready.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this. Like Tim said, it's going to be a great replay to watch, because unless you sit there, like, have two monitors on or something like that, it's going to be impossible to watch this at the same time.
I might split it because it's me. I might split it because of me. It's just me. I'm just being real. Hey, 2.0 over AEW.
Well, we already know where your alliance lie. Okay,
split it.
Passable.
I think there's a good, they got a good build with Lyra Valkyria and Tiffany Stratton, because they got several things mixed up into that. We got the hooded woman who attacked Roxanne. You got Cora, who attacked Valkyria after the match with the lead pipe, so that gives her a reason to lose that injury to sell, and then she could go back to the thing with Cora Jade, and you can have Tiffany Stratton win. But then it plugs in something later on where you could do something where Valkyria could get that redemption arc down the line, because she would only lose because she was injured, and then she could come back fully healthy and get that rematch in like the winner against Tiffany Stratton.
All right, Dirt Sheet Dan. Playing out this story. I see a Dirt Sheet Dan.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with NXT Battleground. So going from there, sticking with WWE, now we are going into Night of Champions. So first off, we have Cody Rhodes, Mr. Adversity, going against Brock Lesnar. They were teasing that this match may not happen because Cody is injured and stuff. And then Papa H sat there and gave him the old man type of talk, like, you're injured, you have to check out the doctor. And Cody said, no, I must fight. I have to finish my story, the different chapter of the story. And then Triple H kind of looks at him, goes, oh, so young. He like gave him this look like, oh man, you really are being, Mr. Adversity here. So it seems like they're going to have the match. More likely Cody's going to come out in a sling or taped up or something like that, and then we go from there. Either this is going to be a Brock Lesnar straight up, pretty much what we saw in the first match of Suplex City, or we going to see Cody Rhodes just overcoming it all. So Devin, we'll start with you. What's your prediction for this match?
Yeah, I'm going with Brock Lesnar. I'm going with Brock Lesnar. Come on, they're extending this. They're giving us the slow burn. I think we're taking this to SummerSlam. I think we're getting Cody versus Brock 3 at SummerSlam. This is what WWE like to do, and so yeah, Brock is going to just do work, beat his ass some more, on the brink of death, damn near, and tell Papa H to cut the check. I'm out of here. Let's go. It is decided.
It is decided. Yeah, we definitely know this match is going first. Brock Lesnar is coming in. He's going to wrestle. He's getting the hell up out of there on his private jet. Okay.
If he ain't last, he's first.
Exactly. He's like, what? I'm not main event. All right, put me first. I'm out. Exactly. Dan, what's your prediction for this match?
Like, I had an opinion on this, and then the more that I watch and think about it, it kind of morphs and changes, because when have we seen this before? Cody, like you said, fighting adversity, coming out in some sort of sling or whatnot. We got the turn pack last year where he wasn't even going to compete, and then he did, and then he gets off TV. It makes me wonder if they're trying to reimagine that, but this year, and then use this as an excuse to get people behind him even more. Maybe depend on who wins this match. I don't even think it cares. Maybe he takes time off afterwards, like a month, comes back, and is ready to go again because they're going to sell the injury even more. And then you could do a third match, just like Devin said, or maybe he has like another thing that he does afterwards, because I don't think he's going to do Money in the Bank. I think he'll wind up either skipping that and then coming back afterwards, or have like a totally different thing and then be ready for SummerSlam. Part of me wants to go with Country Fried Brock Lesnar here. Part of me wants to go with that. I love the new merch that he has. Wear the cowboy hat. He just comes in there. He just said, "Fuck this! I'm putting the Kimura on you." He was like, "I'm not even going to suplex you. I'm just going to lock in that submission on you, and make you beg for mercy there, and break your arm." You know what? Fuck it. I'm going with Brock Lesnar here. I think they do a trilogy.
Jericho dirt sheet fan. I knew it.
Like, I was leaning towards Cody because of the whole build him up, but I think you can build him up even more if he loses golf TV for a month, comes back, and then comes after Brock with that aggression, as people would say, and then he gets the win at SummerSlam.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like eventually Cody one day is going to come out in a full body cast trying to wrestle a match at a certain point. It's just how the cookie crumbles when it comes to this guy, So it's just, I kind of agree that they see what happened with the torn pec and they realize that they can recreate it because that's what WWE loves to do. They love to recreate. So I feel like, yeah, they're going to have Brock whoop his ass. He's going to come out, once again. He'll go away because, he'll be at a medical facility at a certain point, and then he'll come back miraculously, and then him versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Obviously, I'm going with Brock Lesnar. I know hopefully people won't complain too much, but like, oh, Cody's buried and stuff like that. It's like, no, they're trying to build him up. They're trying to do the whole underdog babyface story that they love to constantly replay over and over again. I'm just very curious of if people start to get tired of the same thing over and over again. Like we've seen with Roman Reigns when they tried to do something like this. The whole underdog story and constantly being an underdog. Because for some of the promos that Cody does, it sometimes don't make sense to me. Like, you barely won the match and then you cut a promo as if Brock was going to move on from it. Like, you did a full roll up on him. Normally when there's a roll up type of thing, especially with Brock Lesnar, it's not over. So we'll see. Like Tim said, Mr. Adversity is about to face more adversity. So adversity, exactly. So I feel like, yeah, Cody, it's a matter of how many suplexes we're going to see.
Yep.
Cody is going to get beat down and everything, disappear off of TV. I'll be like you had said, I'll be very surprised if they add him on if he is at Money in the Bank. Because after Money in the Bank, then it's SummerSlam. So
I don't know, but Money in the Bank, that's in the UK though.
It is.
So that's an international PLE. If that was like, hey, we in Vegas, I get it. You don't need that's passable.
Hey, Roman Reigns wasn't plugged for Money in the Bank, and now he is. So you can kind of sub out Cody and sub in the Tribal Chief.
Yeah. Or you can have Brock fight and then Cody comes out and attacks him and do something like that. And then that leads to SummerSlam. Because I'll be surprised if Cody is in a match. Or Cody will be in the Money in the Bank match and then Brock Lesnar costs him the match for whatever reason. But I have Brock Lesnar winning here and just whooping Cody Rhodes' ass pretty much. So, because Cody has to Cody and underdog it and just come out and say, so what do you want to talk about? Okay, sir.
I do think they're at that point with Cody, though. They need to tread carefully after Brock. Like, you made a good point that, they might be coming to a fork in the road where, all right, fans might get tired of this. Like, he's not an underdog. Like, why they keep on building like an underdog? Like you said, to that Roman Reigns thing. Like, because I ain't like what Cody said. Like, I have nothing to prove to you, Brock. I beat you. Like, bro, you rolled that motherfucker up. Like, really?
Exactly.
You should understand that. Show some empathy, goddammit. Like, Brock would have run it back. You fucked up his face, and you rolled him up. You didn't even pin him. You rolled him up, and then you walked out of there. You walked out of there with a speed walk, with a limp.
He rolled him up, and he was like, "I hope you don't show back up until SummerSlam."
Exactly. Like he was out of there as soon as he rolled him up. He didn't even let the referee raise his hand. He immediately ran out of them ropes and hightailed it out of there. So yeah, it's just that the thing with some of his promos, he'll cut. I don't know if it's he's pretty much like reading either somebody wrote it for him and he's just going straight off of what they're writing because they really want to tell the story of him being the underdog, or he really wants to sell the fact that he's an underdog and he's cutting these promos and not really connecting it to the match. Because there was another promo that he cut too. I think it was when he was going against Roman, and I'm like, some of the things you're saying don't make sense. Like, I think it was when he got jumped or something like that, and he was cutting a promo about being an underdog, and I'm like, dog, you just got jumped. Like, you should be upset about something wrong here. Like, why? Yeah.
He was definitely upset when Adam Pearce came into his locker room. He was like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Exactly.
And he seemed like push him out. He was definitely mad then.
Exactly. I mean, where's this energy for Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns when you sit there picking on someone that can't even, that doesn't even wrestle? Why can't you have that energy for someone
who at least can get away with it? He did a Will Smith.
Exactly.
I'm about to slap Chris Rock because I can get away with it.
That's because he can't pull adversity on Adam Pearce. That's why you can't be the underdog against Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce is just a nice person. That's why. If it was Sonya Deville, he'll probably sit there and fall down and say, "Oh, I hurt my elbow" or something along those lines.
And then there's even wrinkles where there's people saying that his next storyline could be with Bray Wyatt. And that's why they're doing this whole thing, because they're trying to figure out if they're going to pull the trigger on it or not, and if Bray wants to do it. Because, the whole creative with him, he has to have part of the creative. And it's always an issue with Wyatt, trying to get him in there, get the creative going. And that'd be a good thing. I just wouldn't do it now. I think that would be a thing maybe you do around Survivor Series if you even do it.
Nah, Cody needs to stay away from Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, that's a lose-lose situation.
Stay away from Bray Wyatt.
I feel like if you want Cody to stay like underdog and pure babyface, he should stay away from Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt would start pulling some promos and stuff like that on him. You can't you can't really underdog. I mean, you could try to underdog Bray Wyatt, but Bray Wyatt is too cool. So it's just gonna be just like LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt. It's gonna be a lose-lose situation. Because the fans are gonna be like, I like Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is cool. But there's Cody as well. So I think if they want to keep him on a high, they'll probably put him against Gunther next or something like that. Like just keep underdogging. We have Brock Lesnar taking out the arm. Gunther could take out the chest and stuff like that. Let's just keep
that's the problem that WWE have right now. They got too many people that they don't want to lose.
Yeah.
You have Gunther, who has not been pinned in over a year, pinned or submitted. He's undefeated while on the roster. They tried to make it sound like he isn't because they're like, it's been 120 days since Gunther has been involved in a loss. Even though he didn't get pinned, he was still involved in a loss. Just like they tried to pull that with Roman Reigns, where that tag team match where like, he lost, but he didn't get pinned, so he's saved from it. Like, they're trying to do all these crazy things. You got Roman Reigns isn't losing. He has that streak. Gunther has his 400-day streak as the IC champion. You got Cody, Mr. Adversity. He has to go and build his way back up. It's like you're creating too much of a mess to where it's like, how are you going to make all this worth it?
Exactly. They tend to put themselves in the corner when they do stuff like that as well. And they do it too for the baby faces, where they put all their eggs into one basket for one baby face. It's more, obvious with the women's division than it is with the men's division, that they have the one big baby face because they're trying so hard to recreate the John Cena effect, to where as though once the crowd starts to get tired of the baby face, there's not really anybody else like you could really make credible as well. So speaking of the bloodline, next up we have for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship, we have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens going against the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, and Solo Sikoa. We already kind of know where Devin's about to pick. And I know he's going to do a whole sermon. So we're going to leave you for last. Because I know you're going to do a whole tribute. a 4-page letter. Okay. With the tribal chief.
He's got
so
a
we
monologue.
Gonna go with Dan first. What your prediction is for this match?
Oh my god! I liked something that Devin said even 2 weeks ago, where he said like the storyline with the bloodline is so long that there's so many strings that you can pull on to go to another storyline, and you can keep it going. But I just feel like this isn't one where I feel like it's gonna not be the dam of the bloodline, but it's gonna be one of the strings that you pull on where it's gonna divide them. Because I feel like the Usos are definitely feeling salty right now. They're definitely they've been on a losing streak. They're kind of pissed. Like we've seen even before they lost the rematch with Sami and Kevin, you had Paul Heyman doing those promos where he was looking and he acted like he was talking to Sami and KO, but then he was staring straight at Owens at the Usos, and it just made it worth it. You're just like, he's talking to them, but the Usos don't even know he's talking to them because they're just high and mighty on the one's perch, but then they're on a losing streak, and the tribal chief is fed up with it. He's pissed. He's like, you want to hang out with the tribal chief? I'm about to be 1,000 days, and you're losing over here. I got Solo Sikoa doing his work. He pulled out the victory and a backlash for you guys, and he's only lost once to Mr. Adversity, and that's it. Like, other than that, he's been dominating. And it makes for good with this one, because it's like, how much further can you go with these with this like rivalry? I think the Usos are going to cost Sikoa and Reigns the match. I think they're going to attack Roman Reigns. He's going to get hit out of the ring, and then you're going to get Owens and Zayn go after Solo, and then they pin him. Because that's the only way I feel like you can go, because you could put the belts on Reigns and then Solo Sikoa, but then at some point you got to have them drop it, and at some point you got to have Solo Sikoa take a pin, because they're not going to have the tribal chief take the pin. It just wouldn't be worth it. So I think this is the time that they pull the trigger on the Usos going babyface, and then Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens get this dub and retain, and then they stay on Raw, because you don't need them going back and forth. We know how crazy the draft was.
That draft is bullshit.
They're trying. At least he didn't announce a wild card rule yet. They're trying to commit to it.
We just got a free agent that's getting a title shot on this card. That's it.
Exactly. So I have it slightly different. Because at first, I was like, oh, I think they're going to put all the titles of Roman Reigns, and we going to get the photo of Roman with all the titles like we keep using with Triple H and everything like that. But from the way that things are unfolding with the bloodline, especially with these, with Paul Heyman, of course, talking to Solo Sikoa and dropping hints and stuff like that of Solo having to turn on his brothers and everything. I feel as though the match will be great, and it'll look like Roman and Solo are going to win. And I think the Usos are also going to come out and try to help. I don't think they're going to turn on Roman just yet. I think they're still going to do this whole, we're trying to help out. Like we've been seeing, we see the Usos and Solo show up whenever Roman is wrestling. So I think we're going to have it here of the Usos coming out to help along. But I think they're going to fuck up this time, and they're going to cost the match. And I think it'll be Solo who will get the pin so that they retain. And then Roman Reigns is going to let all hell loose. It's going to be a must-watch SmackDown. So that we can see what the hell is Roman going to do, because he done dedicated this match to the Wild Samoans. Not even to the Usos. He said the greatest tag team of all time, even though the Usos was named on PWI 500, the best tag team of 2022. Roman said no, the best tag team of all time, the Wild Samoans, and he dedicated the match to them. And I think the Usos are going to try to help out, and they're going to mess it up and cost them the match. And then Roman is going to I already hear the promo. He's going to say, I dedicated this match to the Wild Samoans, and you guys come in, and I didn't ask you guys to come out. You guys came out without me telling you to come out. And you guys think that I need your help. You know, you think that I need your help. And I think it's going to cause more division with everyone, because now Solo is in the weird position of, we have the head of the table, your cousin, and you got your brothers that is on the other side as well. So as much as I would love to see the chaos, like if the Usos are not in Saudi or anything like that, I'm going with Roman just for the pure chaos. I will be on Twitter the rest of the night if Roman wins those tag team titles, because the pure chaos that is going to come from it, it's going to feel like 90 degrees in Antarctica from the heat of the wrestling world going ablaze, of how upset people were upset about Cody losing and Roman retaining the title. Now he done took the titles off of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
I still got the clip. Yeah,
That's
big
it.
man. That's what I want.
All that energy. It's going to be so many videos. They're going to pan to the crowd. Well, you know, I don't know how the Saudi crowd will be. They may, they acknowledge the tribal chief over there. They'll clap it up and stuff like that, which is probably more the reason why I feel like if the Usos don't interfere, Roman will win the titles, because Saudi is the perfect country to pull this off in and still have them applaud and be happy, because they're happy that wrestling is there, that they can just have this all happen, and you know the crowd will not implode and boo and boycott the rest of the premium live event. So I think he'll get booed when he comes back to America at SmackDown. Don't know where it's at, but wherever city that they're going to be in, it's going to be a lot of people crying. It's going to be all that dude's friends sitting there and just swinging at the air, like that movie. I forgot what the movie it was. It's just swinging at the air, mad and everything like that, while Roman Reigns just holding up all 4 titles. He don't even have all the arms to hold it up. Paul Heyman's just going to stand next to him and hold up all the titles as well. But yeah, I feel like the Usos are not there, then I think it's going to be Roman and Solo. If the Usos are there and they do interfere, it's going to cost Roman the title. But I want the chaos, though. I do want the chaos, just for the pure chaos. You know, normally once we're after SummerSlam, it gets a little dull and stuff like that. But I think like it's time. Let's just throw all the belts on him. Okay, have him go against Bianca Belair. He can go Money in the Bank, win that. Boom, cash in on Bianca and Rhea at the same time. Bring back the 24/7 title. Put that on Roman Reigns as well. Bring back the Hardcore Championship. Have him interfere in the World Heavyweight Championship. You know, just pull out, you know, Adam Pearce, say it is official. You know, he can go to NXT the next night. Just get on the private jet along with Brock Lesnar. Go to NXT. Just go in there. You know, at Shawn Michaels be like, you know, it is decided, and throw him in the match as well. Throw him in the tag team match as well. The North American champion. He's just going to be stacked. His biceps is going to be as big as Hulk Hogan from him having to carry around the titles and everything like that. He's going to have to bring in cousins and nieces and nephews and second cousins into the bloodline so they can carry his title as well. I mean, he's going to have a wagon brought out. I mean, he's going to be looking like Kenny Omega. You know, they're going to say, "Oh, y'all thought y'all had the collector. We have the real collector. He collected all the WWE belts."
Power mad. That's what I want. I want chaos. I want it all. I want people to start bitching on Twitter. I want Tim. I want TK to get on here and start just getting mad. Like, why? Now he's gonna hold up the whole tag team division. Like, good. Exactly what I wanted. I want it all. I want the madness. So I can see my tribal chief with 4 fucking titles. 4 titles. Are you kidding me? And then you tell me he's gonna take a pin on the 1,000-day reign? Oh no. That cannot just happen. That should not happen. He cannot lose. He can't even have Solo take a pin on 1,000-day reign. No. He's gonna win. 4 titles on this 1,000-day reign. And then eventually we get the division with the Usos. Because I think with the tribal chief and Solo getting the titles, tag team titles, I think that can. I think I'm on the other side of that fence. I think that could actually, drive a further wedge between the Usos. Mm-hmm. All right, and then we can still get our civil war for the bloodline with that too. All right, and then maybe a future PLE. They get involved, actually cost my tribal chief. I can't believe I gotta say that. Cost my tribal chief and Solo the titles. And then, like you say, then he will. Yes. Everybody will pay. From the tribal chief. But tribal chief is winning. I got them going over Sami Zayn, Trader, Sami Zayn. And KO. Solo. Tribal chief with 4 titles. 4. Get them 4s up. Get them 4s up. I want to see 4s in the chat now. If they got a 4 emoji, they made a 4 emoji. If you can make one in Canva, make a 4 emoji in Canva and put it in the chat. 4s up. Put the number 4 up. If you can't do a 4 emoji. Put the number 4 up. Oh my
goodness.
4 titles. Get them 4s up.
I mean, I would love to see the chaos. You know what I mean? I just want to see the chaos. I just want to see how many people are going to say, I'm canceling my Peacock subscription, never watching WWE again. And I'm going to tweet, I'm going to say, cool, AEW's on the next night. Go check it out then.
And I gotta mention this because this is one of the funniest parts of this whole storyline. Is like Kevin Owens is just done talking. He's just like, he looks at Sammy. He's like, can I fight now? I'm done talking. I just want to fight. Like, I don't have anything to say. Let's go. And he's just ready to go. He doesn't care about any promos or anything. He just wants to get one-on-one fight action. Fight, Kevin, fight,
Exactly. We have that all over again. But this match is going to be very interesting. Very interesting of which way this is going to go. And if the Usos are going to interfere or not. And then if Roman wins, or in Devin's opinion, when Roman wins, the chaos and how they're going to handle it as well. So speaking of titles, and possibly Roman having all the titles, the title that he won't have just yet is the World Heavyweight Championship. We have what could be the match of the night. Seth freaking Rollins going against AJ Styles. The match that we haven't seen them two wrestle each other since 2019. I think this is going to be the banger of the night. I know Tim is somewhere banging his chest as well. But this match is going to be amazing. Especially now that we got this, Seth Rollins with the face, more of a face Seth Rollins and face AJ Styles. So it's just going to be pure magic with this match. Very interesting because people were complaining about how, we have somebody from SmackDown in this match and everything like that. And I have no complaints because we have Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. Um, Look at that pick. I picked the man with the long hair as the victor. Listen, all right, L'Oreal is jealous up in here. I'm jealous of AJ Styles' hair, especially the WrestleMania where it was blowing in the wind. I just want to say, drop the fucking hair routine, please.
Where that conditioner at, bro? Let us know what that
Exactly. What conditioner are you using for that?
Get that Sakamon power.
Exactly. But yes, long hair versus long hair. But I feel like this is going to be match of the night. I can't wait to see these two go against each other. I mean, we just saw AJ Styles have a great triple threat match with Rey Mysterio and Edge. You wouldn't even guessed that we would have something like that in 2023 and have, the amount of how long those three guys have been in the business and still pulling out a match as if they just came, just as if they were, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So amazing of what we saw with him. And then of course, Seth Rollins is Seth Rollins. He puts on great matches no matter what. Everybody mentioned how him versus Omos, it was one of Omos's best matches, and it takes two to tango. So and of course AJ Styles, I'll keep saying it, made John Cena look like a actual wrestler. He pulling out wrestling moves that I didn't think John Cena even knew. Okay, so I think this match is going to be straight up magic. I have Seth Rollins winning here. I know people feel as though this is like a constellation prize, or it's like a second pick because of the situation with Roman Reigns. But I feel like they're stuck because it feels like they were going to unite the two titles with Roman Reigns and with Roman Reigns. But either they decided not to, or they were going to do a new belt and then decided to do a second belt instead, especially with the brand split. But I have Seth Rollins winning here. But I still think I would, if AJ Styles win here, I wouldn't be mad. But I think it's going to be weird with AJ Styles winning because it's like, where do we go from here? Does he go to Raw now? Is he going to stay on SmackDown? If he goes to Raw, does the OC then go with him, or are they going to keep them split? So there's just a lot of things that has to be done. If AJ Styles were to win, I wouldn't be mad if he was to win because I would love to see the face that runs the place and everything like that we had previously before. But I think it's Seth Rollins' time. I think he is going to win the title here. Devin, what's your thoughts on this match?
I'm going with Seth Rollins. I think this match is going to be an impeccable match, show-stealing worthy match of the night contender, like you said. These two have unbelievable in-ring chemistry with each other as well. They got a long history even before, in their indie days too, as well. So I liked how they tied that back. Telling their story about these two competitors going at it for Night of Champions. And I could understand some people, they say hey, this seems like a secondary title. Maybe to some wrestlers, but not to Seth. He is the outlier when it comes to my tribal chief, Yes, my guy right there. But he is the outlier because he is the one guy the tribal chief never beat. So if he becomes the champion, I think he is legit champion, just as much as a champion as my tribal chief. Yeah. So yeah, it is decided. Seth freaking Rollins.
There we go. All right, Dan, what's your opinion on this match?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great match. And it shocks me that AJ Styles comes in right away, been out 6 months, and then he goes and does that triple threat match. That's his first match back. Usually you plug him into like a squash match just to get his feet wet. No, not AJ Styles. You give him Edge and Rey Mysterio and then Bobby Lashley in the same night. So he had to compete in 2 matches on his first time back, competing in the ring. And he knocked that out of the park. You got these two. They're going to just make magic. You would think that it has to be Seth Rollins because it's for Raw. You know, we talked about this, the imaginary draft that they had where, you know, you got to wherever Roman Reigns is, that's where he's taking the belt. And then this belt's going to be on the opposite brand. But no, let's have SmackDown involved in this somehow. But, you know, it's made for a good storyline. So I'll give it, even though these guys haven't interacted because Seth Rollins is filming Captain America New World Order. So that's why they cut those 2 pretty cool vignettes where they're teasing once again him and Roman Reigns, him telling Roman Reigns he's being selfish. He's holding it for himself. And Seth Rollins is going to be a fighting champion. He's going to defend it all the time. The opposite. Devin said it. He's the one guy that has the Tribal Chief's number. He beat him at, was it Battleground? He beat him at Battleground when all the Shield members won it. And then he took the title at WrestleMania in the cash-in, one of the biggest cash-ins ever. And then he got into the Tribal Chief's head at Royal Rumble and got him to get DQ'd. And, you know, they're going to do something down the line, whether it's Survivor Series or something like that, champ versus champ. And that'd be really tight to see that happen. But I think he gets it done. I hope that they don't try and pull a stunt on us because I know that Logan Paul's coming back. I hope they don't get him involved. I hope if he gets involved with Seth again, that's after Night of Champions, because they just said that Logan Paul is going to be back for Money in the Bank and SummerSlam. He might even be in the Money in the Bank match. So that'd be a cool thing to revisit that. But you got to go with Seth Rollins. He's the pick here.
Most definitely. It has to be. But like I said, this is going to be match of the night here. And then a non-title match here. We have Becky Lynch going against Trish Stratus. We just had the contract signing the other day with a fiery back and forth between Becky and Trish. I would like to say thank you, Trish. I am thankful for Trish Stratus. Okay. But I feel as though I think this is going to be a pretty good match. Of course, this is the legend coming back for, you know, another run as well. I'm actually going to go with Becky Lynch here, even though I feel like this feud can continue on and it could go Trish's way, but I'm actually going to go with Becky Lynch here. I think that they are trying to continue things from after WrestleMania and kind of keep that momentum going. I don't know what they're going to do with Becky after this, though, or who she would feud against, but I'm going to go officially with Becky here. Dan, what's your opinion on this match?
I'm going the opposite way. I'm going with Trish Stratus. I think she pulls off the upset here. I think they're going to milk this storyline out. Multiple pay-per-views. I think what they're trying to do is keep Becky away from the world title picture a little bit longer to give Rhea Ripley some time with it before they try and do that, because you know Becky Lynch and Rhea probably what happened at SummerSlam. And to me, it's probably just a foregone conclusion unless they stretch this out until then. And they want to give Trish some work. These two have been wanting to work with each other for a long time. Unlike Lita, Trish looks like she's in great shape. She looks good in the ring. And I think they could do 2-3 matches out of this one, possibly just 2. So I think they get Trish the win here, and then you can build Becky a little bit back up with that to stretch it out so she's not just rushed into the title picture right away. Because she's one of the women that doesn't need the title. I think she's bigger than the title right now.
Yeah, definitely. You brought up a good point of them trying to milk it to keep Becky away from the title, especially with whatever it is they're trying to do with Rhea Ripley at this point, because it just feels like they're starting to just throw people at her because we just don't know what to do until I guess eventually she go against Becky Lynch, and then down the road the matchup that people really want, which is her going against Bianca Belair. Devin, what's your opinion on this match?
I think this is going to be a good, strong match for Becky and Trish, but I think I'm gonna lean with Dirt Sheet Dan on this one. Yeah, because they're going to continue this feud.
Mhm.
Trish is going over. You know, she's coming in with this whole new heel gimmick, and she needs a good win, and you can get a win off of Becky. You know, a cheat win too. It'd probably be a good heel win, a protected win for Becky, or protected loss for Becky. So yeah, and then Becky, she was just doing great, even with that promo, the back and forth promo between her and Trish. Man, what Becky said to bring back what Trish did with Vince McMahon, and said, "Yeah, you go ahead and bark like a dog, woof woof, bitch." I was like, "What?"
Gotcha.
I was like, whoa, wow, okay, I'm ready. So, the way they built up this match was good. I got Trish Stratus over big time back.
Yeah. Shout out to Becky for trying to one up her husband with the when he said bye bye bitch, but now she's saying woof woof bitch. So the power couple coming up with unique ways to create gifts and memes and stuff like that. So yeah. It makes sense though of with Trish winning and them continuing on the storyline as well. Um we'll see. We will see what happens here. Continue on with the women. We have for the Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair going against Asuka. I am a fan of both women. Um, I am a bigger fan of Asuka. I don't think they're going to pull it off here. I think that we are holding the title on to Bianca Belair, despite what Puerto Rico thinks. She is going to stay champion, more likely until WrestleMania. She's going to hold that title on, just like Roman Reigns. Okay, Philly is going when they come to Philly, it's going to be a lot of losses. Okay, they're building up. I don't know even know what they're going to try to build up to go over Bianca Belair, but I have Bianca winning here, even though I feel bad for Asuka because it's another loss for Asuka, but I don't think the title is going to change hands here. I don't think it is. So, Devin, what's your opinion on this match?
Yeah, same. It ain't happening. Not for Asuka. It's Bianca. She is hashtag forever champ too, just like my tribal chief. Tribal chief. Anyway, but yeah, Bianca Belair. Yeah, she is another hashtag forever champ. It's gonna be another strong match. But man, this does no favors for Asuka. This doesn't. They haven't built her up for in between before she even started facing Bianca again. So I don't get this why Bianca round 2 right now when she already took an L, beat her convincingly, and get another match. All right, I'm just kind of lost on that, and I think this is the more reason why they need like a mid card title, like a workhorse title for the ladies, because if we're gonna have lengthy title reigns for the main championships, then for the mid card, a couple months reigns, nothing like that. What they doing with the TNT title for AEW, nothing like that. But like couple months, 2, 3, 90 days, switch it, and not like 8, 9 months, nothing like that, but something to keep the women busy as well.
Yeah, definitely. Because with Asuka not winning here, it's another loss, and we're getting the clown face Asuka. It's like I'm I'm hoping that this loss just creeps her closer to the psycho Asuka that I'm hoping that we get. And then eventually down the line they pull the trigger and give her the title, but I highly doubt it. It's just, Bianca Belair. Like I had said in the previous episode, they book themselves in the corner because they have the one big baby face. She's a great person to use marketing wise as far as getting her story out there as champion, things like that. And they just kind of book themselves in the corner because there's no other big baby faces that they have right now, um, for in on Raw. I mean, they got Becky Lynch, but we just had, Becky Lynch as champion as well, and they haven't really built anyone up really that could be as convincing to beat Bianca Belair. Um, Dan, what's your opinion on this?
I'm going rogue. I'm going rogue.
Ooh,
I'm going Asuka.
do it.
I think
Yes.
she, I think she does it. I think this whole thing with Bianca's getting kind of stale. I think her storylines really haven't been great the last couple months, especially between the two of these. You're pushing that Asuka's your number one heel right now. So what are you going to do? Have her lose at Mania and then have her lose again, and then be on this losing streak when it comes to this title? I just don't see it happening. Like, you can push it. I could see where you're going with that, where she just goes chaotic and it goes like Monster Clown or something like that, like Irish with that. But I think they need to switch something up with Bianca. It doesn't mean she has to go heel, but I think you need to get her to lose the title, kind of like what they did when Becky came back. She lost it, and then she went back to that chase and kind of revived her a little bit, and then she got that title shot again and won the title back from Becky, and then has been running it for the last 14 months. So I got Asuka winning it because I feel like Asuka could win it and then lose to somebody, whoever the Money in the Bank winner is. I could see Asuka losing it that way, and you create a little bit more there, and then you can push Bianca without the belt, like kind of like Becky. Becky doesn't need the belt. I feel like Bianca doesn't need the belt because I think she's bigger than the belt right now. So I think Asuka gets it done. Maybe she gets it done with heel tactics. Maybe she gets her with the spray because that's how she lost at Mania. She went to do the spray, missed, and then she got, of course, finished right afterwards. Now Asuka knows what she's going to do, vice versa, and maybe she gets her with that this time and gets the victory. I think you got to have, if you have no champions, you got to have at least one or two title changes, and I think this would be a good shocking one to happen.
It would be. It would be a shocking one for this to happen. Yeah, because so far I am but of course we will have the new champion. But yeah, so far I have it that everyone is retaining so far. So we have to have
one
a new champ.
Will be a new champion.
Yeah, so it would be the tribal chief, or it could be Asuka here. I doubt it's going to be the next one. I think I don't think anybody thinks there's going to be a title change with this match, and that's for the SmackDown Women's Champion Rhea Ripley, mommy of many, going against Natalya. Because everybody, when Natalya came out to challenge Rhea Ripley, everybody's like, really? That's what we're doing? I don't think anybody is going for Natalya unless you feel as though the odds are in your favor, or if you're a friend or a family member of Natalya. I don't think Bret Hart is going to pick Natalya to win here. But I'm going with Rhea Ripley. I love Rhea Ripley, of course. I will never go against Rhea Ripley. So I have her winning here. You know, everybody loves her now. Out of Judgment Day, she is the one that's getting cheered. But I have Rhea Ripley winning here. I think that it is a chance in hell of Natalya winning here. They're going to make it seem like she may win. She'll pull out the sharpshooter and stuff like that. But I think Rhea is going to retain here. Devin, what's your opinion on this?
Natalya's gonna win.
Fuck no.
I don't. Yeah, you was right, because a lot of people, when Natalya came out, the crowd.
Why?
They was wilding. Me too.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of build we're doing for Rhea, but I guess, hey, we're gonna call it the Rhea Ripley Slaughterhouse. All right, because we just gonna let her dominate these women. Okay, plain and simple. Because I want to see a domination like I saw from PLE in Puerto Rico. All right, like she balled up Selena. It's like he just balled her up like a little ball. Like, okay. And Natalya, yeah, you got your whole submission, but nah, just fuck all that. Rhea Ripley, just do your thing, beat her convincingly too, like within 8 minutes. Strong 8 minutes, dominating. Minutes. Yes, it needs to be short, dominated by Rhea Ripley. Yes, by mommy.
That's being nice.
Is it being nice? 8 minutes domination.
She has to do the convincing sharpshooter. She at least has to do the convincing sharpshooter during this match. You know, gotta give her, and she gotta rile up the crowd too. So yeah, maybe that much. Shout out to
will the crowd get behind this though?
I mean, it's Saudi. They're gonna get behind it. They'll do it. They'll clap for her.
Yeah, I
this is her third title shot at a Saudi event too. I think that's why they did it, because they like to book Natalya on this card because she's one of the ambassadors. If you think about it, like, and this is, like I said, this is her third title shot at one of these events. So it's her one. Yeah, it's her one title shot a year that she gets. It's like, here's your golden ticket. You're gonna lose, but here it is.
Hey, she's getting paid. They'll cut that check. Cut that Saudi check.
She's on the card. So, I guess she's not going to complain. But shout out to the Broadcast Podcast all the way from the future. Okay. I hope it's nice and sunny tomorrow. Okay. What's going on? And get Joe. What's good? What is going on?
Brother, what up?
What is going on?
Yeah, but I got Rhea. She has to win. You're going to have the moments where they're going to pander to Natalya, like you said, the sharpshooter, but it's Rhea Ripley, mommy. She's going to get it done. I like how you said slaughterhouse, because it's like you got Rhea Ripley who likes to listen to that metal while she's working out, and that's going to be her slaughterhouse. That's going to be her, like, this Saturday afternoon. She's just going to be like, another day in the gym.
Exactly. It's just another day of just dominating.
Match. I wonder what's her next match.
Yeah, I don't know, because there is very. I mean, the draft created like interesting matchups, but it's still very weird for the champions, because it's like there's not really viable champions out there.
And I like how normal we're just thinking about these titles, how the Raw titles on SmackDown and the SmackDown titles on Raw, and we just don't mention it because we just don't care anymore.
I'm looking,
because the last time they just switched it like they didn't care. So why the fuck would I care now?
And I was sitting here legit thinking, who's on SmackDown to go against Rhea Ripley, to completely forgetting that she's on Raw.
She on Raw. SmackDown Women's Champion on Raw.
I said
Champion on SmackDown.
I said it last week. I'm like, just do something that's very obvious and oblivious. Just switch it in the back and have them come out and with the title switched. No one's going to care. Yeah.
You can just have Papa H come out. He likes being cheered by the crowd. And then he can sit there and just do a whole presentation. He can pull out, create new non-colorful titles for the women, and make sure he gets his flowers from the crowd by introducing new women's title, new women's championship, and then present it to Bianca on SmackDown, and then to Rhea on Raw. But like Getcho said, no lie, who cares? No one cares.
Talk about it, right?
Yeah, I'm sitting here saying, Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair, SmackDown Women's Champion Rhea Ripley.
Oh my God.
Just completely glazing over, and I'm sitting here thinking, oh yeah, we gotta keep Becky away from Bianca and all this other stuff. Like, no, sorry, we gotta keep we gotta keep Becky away from Rhea Ripley because Rhea is on Raw. Rhea is on the red brand. Bianca's on the blue brand. So yeah, very weird here. They might as well just have Papa H come out with the title and then present it to the women. He can even come out during Night of Champions, just snatch the titles away from them and then just shove the new titles into their hand. And he can go up, do the "Are you ready?" and stuff like that. Are you ready for the new champion belt? Whatever. Like, just have him do his thing. But yeah, I would love to see if anybody on Twitter, it'll be some people on Twitter who will be actively rooting for Natalya over Rhea Ripley. But we know how this is going to go. This is going to be like Puerto Rico all over again. Yes. Okay, it's going to be Rhea Ripley will come out. Natalya will, she won't get as much cheers as Zelina got, but it'll just be complete domination. Natalya will get her little bit of offense, stuff like that, and then Rhea Ripley is just going to just do what she does and just completely just kill it all.
Dominate.
And now for another, speaking of domination and slaughterhouse, speaking of it, okay, we have poor little Mustafa Ali. I mean, he was trying to be positive and then sat there and said, you know what? I can't do this anymore. And I said, exactly, because you're about to get slaughtered. Your chest is going to look like some ground beef at the end of the night. Going against, look at him, the Intercontinental Champion. The ring general.
Ring general. Gunther.
Like the previous match, I don't think we're going to have anyone. I mean, there'll be some people are rooting for Mustafa, but I don't think we're going to get a title change here. I feel like I have to change some of my predictions because I so far have all champions retained.
Yeah, I'm like, at least I got one champion winning. I got one.
I went rogue, so I got my one.
Yeah,
you got over there.
Dang. I'm gonna have to change it. So I'm gonna change it to the chaos of Roman winning here.
Yeah.
That's going to be my switch up.
Get them fours up.
That's going to be the switch up. I don't see them taking the title off of Rhea. I don't think it's going to happen with Bianca just yet because it's going to be for her to have the title for so long. I don't know. It's going to be odd for her to lose it over in Saudi, but anything could happen in the WWE. But I definitely do not have Gunther losing this title. I mean, pure shock factor if they do this. Somehow Mustafa is able to defeat Gunther. I mean, Gunther had two people coming at him at the same time doing chop and the pound with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, and that man survived. He still won. So I don't know about Mr. Positivity. He's going to need all the power of positivity. He's going to need the New Day in his corner, chanting and singing power positivity in order for this guy to have just a slight chance of winning here. But pure surprise if they pull it off here. I mean, great place to pull it off for Mustafa to win here, you know. But I highly doubt it. I very much highly doubt he's going to win here. Dan, what's your opinion on this?
Considering this is my ring general, this is my guy. As Devin, as the tribal chief, I got the ring general. The ring is sacred when he's in there. This is the number one guy. He comes in there. He is so good that he orchestrated the trade of ring announcers to get Samantha Irvin traded to Raw for his own pleasure so she can announce him alongside Ludwig Kaiser. Because you got to love how they do that there. Now, this is going to happen. He's going to whoop that ass. That's all it's going to be. Like, of course, Ali will have a couple moments, in the match, but he's going to get his ass whooped. If you're going to have him lose, you're going to have somebody convincing beat Gunther, because eventually he will drop that title, and then he's going to move up to that world title picture, because that's what he is. He's going to get that world title eventually. You just have to find somebody worthy to take it. Like there's a couple of guys there. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they had like him and Riddle at SummerSlam and you have Riddle take it off of him. And then the back half of the year, heading into WrestleMania, that's where you can push Gunther into that world title picture. Like, this guy did work in that Rumble. Cody might have won the Rumble, but this guy, just like Rhea Ripley, this guy went the whole Rumble and just went forward. This guy went balls out. Like, that was his moment there, and he almost went front to back and finished it. And I think the fans actually are behind him. And I think them showing him in 3 different segments on Raw is them going, we trust this guy. We want him to do big things. He was even talking to your tribal chief's advisor, his advocate. He was talking to him and doing work there. Yeah. So, it's inevitable. It's Gunther.
Of course. It has to be. It is decided. Devin, what's your opinion on this?
Actually, low key, I think this is going to be a sleeper banger of a match. Because we're talking about Mustafa Ali, so this dude, he can wrestle, and then, Gunther, he gonna get down. And I want to see how these guys are gonna mix it up, and especially, Mustafa Ali is gonna be on the Holy Land, so we have gain any type of superpowers, spirit bomb, give me your energy, people, or Gunther just gonna level up, beat his ass, tell the Saudi people,
teach a man how to squabble.
It just tell Pop Bear to cut the check. I'm gone. I got Gunther going over Mustafa. It is decided.
It is decided. Yeah. Very hard. There's some title matches on here. It's just like, I don't think there's going to be a title change. Dan went rogue with the Bianca one, but I don't know about those 3, but definitely with that tag team title, it can go either way. Depends on if the Usos are there or not. I feel like, as Get Show said, I feel like this match will be dope, but nothing will come from it. Like a Drake song, good wordplay with no substance.
Shout out to Triple H, though, getting the IC title on a premium live event again. Even though it's kind of funny that they put it onto this, but then no U.S. title match here, because they're going to do it, because it's going to be tomorrow. They announced a title match for tomorrow for the U.S. title. So it's like, now I'm like, are they playing us for a loop now? Now they're going to have the IC title on the premium live events now, and SmackDown's just going to always do the U.S. title matches on there, and they're just going to flip it now instead of having these 2 being defended. I'm like, why can't we have both of these on the same live event? other than WrestleMania. I can't get what I want ever.
Because Papa H wants us to know that it's him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The moment that Austin Theory is heavily shown, people go and think Vince is back. Papa H is like, no, this is me booking it. Austin, you will wrestle on Raw. Don't you get your ass on the plane and come over here. All right. I want everyone to know that it is me that is booking this premium live event. But so that is all of WWE with NXT Battleground and Night of Champions. And now going over to Devin's favorite promotion, AEW.
Hold on.
Play it. You gotta play it.
Out there, hell yeah. Let me get that clip ready. That's some straight bullshit. I love AEW. Where is that clip? I love AEW. What is that clip?
You're lying.
I'll be here. Not me. I don't do that.
We have a lot of matches going on. We have 9 matches so far announced. Who knows what is coming? Who knows what's coming?
Keep on that.
I
thought it was 8. Now it's 9.
Hey, that's pretty good for AEW. That's low.
It is low. That's why I'm like, I don't know if they're going to do more matches. If they're going to add in a match or two come Rampage. Because normally they do the pre-show match too, if I'm not mistaken. So
they loaded up like 3 or 4 matches.
Just had to slide that in. But yeah, right now we at 9. So this pay-per-view may last till 3:00 in the morning at this point.
Hey, I'll give him slack because Revolution was only 4 hours and they had the Iron Man match in that.
That's true.
It was.
It's true.
It was. But we got battle royales here. We got Anarchy in the arena and everything. So, and then a whole unsanctioned match with Sabu. Weirdest thing ever.
Yes.
So starting out, we're going to start with the World Championship, the four-way match with the pillars of AEW, and that's MJF, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Dan, what's your predictions for this match?
I think MJF's going to win. He's going to find a way to roll it up and win. But like breaking them, these guys, I think Sammy Guevara's going to be the breakout of the match. I like where they're going with them. I like he cut the promo where he's like, I'm tired of being behind somebody. It's Sammy Guevara's time now. I'm behind no one now. Like I'm doing my own thing. I like that. And it seems like he's going more like a babyface. You got Jack Perry. I hope with what they're doing with him, maybe he's going a little heerish. Like he had to pull the tights to beat Roosh. And then you see that a little bit of down with him. If they can move him heel, that'd be a pretty good thing for his character. Darby's always a fan favorite. He's always going to be that hardcore style, doing these crazy flips and whatnot, moves. That's his stick in this match. Is he'll have these great moments. And then you're just going to shine MJF at the end. He's going to come out of nowhere, sell well with the facial expressions, getting beat up, and he'll find a way to roll somebody up for the win. And because that's where it's going to go. I do think his title run has been kind of meh for me. Like, I think he's great on the mic doing promos, but I think he has a lot of work to do with his wrestling and everything else. But I do love the fact that they took these pillars and they pushed this storyline for 2 months. Like, we questioned if it was going to be possible, and they did find a way to do it. So I'm glad that they're sticking with the homegrown talent per se, and they gave him the ball, and then they ran with it, and they're getting that main event match. So applaud to them, but MJF's getting the win.
Yeah, I agree that MJF is going to retain here. I don't have MJF losing the title, probably to All Out. Really?
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll lose it to All Out. Whoever once they figure out what they're doing with CM Punk or whatever. Um, I hope Tony is not like itching to throw the title back on CM Punk just yet.
I think they have somebody else beat him. I have an idea who I think is going to be the guy to beat MJF.
There it is. You hear first
I
from Dirt Sheet Dan.
dirty
But yeah, I have him retaining here. I am happy that they have decided to use the four pillars to main event this match. I'm hoping that they are main event. Um, Even though, yes, it's easy to throw possibly Adam Cole, Chris Jericho on there because, it's former WWE versus former WWE. Two people who are very popular and everything like that. But I want the four pillars to be the main event and have them to really shine. I think this is going to be a great match. All four guys are very good in the ring. And I'm hoping that this will allow the originals to get their time, their time to shine. Um, it was just I appreciated the build going towards this. They made a few hiccups with Sammy being heel, and now they're trying to get him to be face, which is a little bit a little bit I want Sabu versus Hook for the FTW title. We are not ready.
I do like that aspect because it kind of woke him up to the realization that he shouldn't be behind somebody. Because they're saying you don't want to be behind somebody. He got that told to him, and then he saw that. Then he saw the fact that MJF lied to him, and he kind of woke him up to like, I gotta stop doing this. I gotta start being me, not doing things for other people. I gotta be Sammy motherfucking Guevara.
Yeah, but it still does. But there's still the question out there: is he still associated with JAS? Like, we don't have that question. I'm guessing we'll have that answer once we are finished with this feud.
Yeah.
We'll have Jericho ask him, like, hey, are you still with us? And then he says no. And then I guess we start that feud between Jericho and Sammy Guevara after that. But it's like, we still don't know if he's associated with JAS. And then they had Jack Perry going against Roosh, and it's like maybe Roosh should be in this title match afterwards, as Jack Perry got completely destroyed. Of course, Darby Allin, he's going to do something crazy, just continue to take years off of his life with the crazy stuff that he does in these matches. And then, like I said, MJF with the selling, very old school wrestler type of moveset that he does and the selling and everything like that. But yeah, I have MJF here retaining as well. And like the broadcast podcast said, Devin is very excited to do these predictions. Get said Devin, like little kid at church, trying to pay attention till the let's give thanks part. Yes, he is waiting for the pastor to be finished the sermon so he can go and
10-minute prayer.
Is hungry, just waiting for the everything to be over. He is sitting by the door, just looking at the door, just trying to inch away, trying to think of if he can leave without anybody noticing, just looking around and everything like that. That is
count how many heads down, how many
he
eyes
is
closed.
doing.
All right, put that off. Ain't nobody looking.
That is what he is doing. But what is your prediction for this highly anticipated match? I know you cannot wait to watch.
Oh wow. Oh boy. You know what? I do like this match. I like the story being told because this is different. Because I was tired of getting the same old from MJF. Like my tribal chiefs say, it's like missionary over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like same routine. We know this now. Like we know your game, but now they changed it up with the four pillar story, and they told it for a good lengthy time. Now I give them credit for telling the story. Now I give them a little bit of slack because the way they told it had missteps. So because I like that the match is a main event match, but the way they treated the story was not main event. You know, I felt like the story for AEW is the Anarchy match, the Elite versus the BCC. That is the story. But if you're trying to tell people, hey, this is the main event match for the Four Pillars, then you need to tell it in a way to your audience, you know, not only there at, you know, in your arenas, but especially on TV. So you can show like, hey, you need to pay attention. They're going on last. They got their promos going on last with the Four Pillars instead of just in between in the middle, you know, and it doesn't feel important. It doesn't feel important. Nowhere near where the Anarchy match is at. Like that shit is like, yo, that shit is at a war. They about to go to have a death war. You know, I don't feel like we're there with, you know, with this story, the way they treat it. So kudos for giving us something different, but I gave them a little bit slack for the way they treat it because it is a main event story treated that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, the reason why this match isn't as getting as much attention as the Anarchy in the arena match is just like what Bryan Danielson says, because we're dealing with a bunch of amateurs.
and how you can have an Anarchy
in the building. Hold on, let me acknowledge the wifey in the building. What up, wifey?
What is going on? Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. How you can have an Anarchy in an arena where they just go nuts and go through the crowd and go hardcore and then have a world title match afterwards? How do you clean up the whole arena after you do that? Because if it's anything like last Anarchy in arena, I think that's probably why they would make that the main event. Not because it's the main event, but how you're going to clean up afterwards to have a title match.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it, but they'll probably find a way. Who knows? It could be that this match ends up backstage. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. It could be that this match ends up backstage, and then while they're backstage, we'll see the cleaning crew sitting there cleaning up everything. There's a way that they can do it. We saw the chaos with the last one of them going through the crowd, things like that. We even saw it with Chris Jericho going against Roderick Strong, how that ended up outside the building. But yeah, they can start out in the ring and then, you know, eventually go into the back area or something like that, and then possibly do the pin or whatever on the stage, or heck, in the middle of the crowd or something like that, while the crew's just cleaning up all the chaos or something. But yeah, I'm as much as like the Anarchy in the arena would be a very fun match to main event. I'm hoping that they stick to the Four Pillars to kind of show like these are our originals. They're the main event. This is the championship match, and then you give them that respect. Is, you know, the way that sends a clear message of the confidence that they have in their originals versus going with the Elite and, you know, former team WWE besides Willa Yuta, you know, main eventing at that point too. So, you know, we'll see. The broadcast agree that is a good point, Dan. But yeah, it is interesting on how they're going to set up the matches here. Because we have a ladder match here. We have tag teams matches here. We got the unsanctioned match with Sabu. We know something's crazy going to happen with that match as well. So just the placement of everything, of where they're going to go. Next up, we have for the AEW World Tag Team Championship with Mark Briscoe serving as the special guest referee. We have FTR going against Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, with a whole slew of people on Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal's side, including Karen Jarrett, which I didn't think would appear in AEW.
I knew that was eventually coming.
I didn't even think of it, but once she appeared, I'm like, yeah, this makes sense for her to appear, but I didn't think of it until it happened. I'm going pure chaos. I'm going with Team TNA. Let's do it. Tony Khan, if you're listening, pull the trigger. Let's do it. Throw the titles on Team TNA. You have Jeff Jarrett on every single week anyway. might as well just throw the titles on him and let's start the chaos, get the chaos going. And we could set up, Jeff Jarrett and Jay with Saddam Singh going against FTR and Mark Briscoe or something along those lines. Or, whatever it is that's going to happen with Mark Briscoe. It seems like they were trying to tease that Mark Briscoe is going to be on FTR's side until the power bomb that he did because he couldn't see, even though he perfectly did it. And then, him looking at Jay Lethal like, you my boy, but I'm tired of the bullshit that, you cannot say on that on TNT. But yeah, I have Team TNA winning here just for pure chaos. Devin, what's your opinion on this match?
As an advocate lover of my second favorite promotion when it comes to storytelling, TNA, Impact Wrestling, I'm in favor of what you just voted of Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. So I'm inclined to go the same way, to go the same route. I am going with chaos too. I just want to see it.
Do it. LOL TNA.
I love when people just become keyboard warriors and start bitching on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, just let it all out. Just there you go. But this is going to be a fun match. I love the story. I love the whole dynamic. Even when Jay Lethal and even when Mark Briscoe got involved, and he got, what was it? He got not suplex, but he got
power drive.
Power drive.
Yeah.
Power drive. And it made sense why he did it. But the way they're telling that story, man, I was like, oh shit, that's kind of clever. So some smart storytelling. I like that. Something you don't really see from AEW. So it caught my eye because it's just something you don't see.
Yeah. Dan, what's your opinion on this match?
I'm gonna take that to the next level. Like, I think FTR retains, but there's a little bit more to the story than just that. It's the fact that he's close with FTR. He's close with Jay Lethal. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody else. And he told Jay that. But you add the power driver when he's blind, like a little wrinkle to make you think that Briscoe is going to side against FTR. But then maybe he sides with them. He's like, okay, I saw the tape. He's like, you're right. You did it on accident. But I'm a tough guy. I'm not going to take shit from you. So that's why I did that. And I feel like they're adding Karen Jarrett to the mix because maybe they lose the match and you get Jay Lethal leave that group. You put him on his own again because when you saw Mark Briscoe go on that tirade, fuck you, slap you, fuck you, let me push you. I don't care if you're Saddam Singh. I'm getting out of my way. The only guy that he didn't really hit was Jay Lethal because he looked at him. He's like, you're my boy. You're the only one I care about. He was like, but all this, I'm tired of this shit. But you're my boy. And you see like the confliction on Jay Lethal. Like, damn. He was like, what do I do now? Like, all this is kind of just like a circus. But then this is the guy that I've known for 20 years. I feel like we're gonna get him leaving the group after the loss, so maybe he just leaves the match or something like that. And I think it's a good way to have FTR retain. There's no way you have TNA win. That would just be too much. But that's how you bring in Karen Jarrett. Because of that, I think it's a perfect way to kind of push Karen Jarrett in to that role, and then you take Jay Lethal out and do what he does best, and that's singles. And maybe you do something with him and Mark Briscoe. And maybe you kind of revisit that a little bit more, but in a different sense, not in this one, where it's kind of this chaotic situation. But I got FTR retaining.
Yeah, they got to figure out what to do with Mark Briscoe here. Because he is just kind of just there, just like the woman that they're fighting over at this point. Like, he needs to get into a feud eventually.
Yeah.
Whether that's, with Team TNA or against Team TNA, but he needs to get involved in something. And shout out to the Universal Wrestling Podcast who noticed that Devin did say smart storytelling AEW. Words that we never would think we would see together.
Smart
but yes.
piece, not smart story, just a smart piece of a story. So let me clarify. Let me be more specific about what I was saying about what's smart, not the complete story, just the part of a story, the scene.
Don't worry, we'll edit this out perfectly that you will still say smart storytelling in AEW. It's in 4K. We got it here first. You heard it here first on the Wrestlebread podcast.
And then they did patent the name for Black Machismo for Jay Lethal. So I think that is a push for him to go back to that character from TNA.
Yep. Getcha said, if this will lead to a single run for Jay Lethal. I hope so. Jay Lethal has like so much going, so much potential for him that, you know, I was kind of sad of him being stuck in this tag team with Jeff Jarrett, because it feels like Jeff Jarrett gets more attention from this tag team than Jay Lethal. And Jay Lethal is very talented. So yeah, I wonder if this will lead to a singles run with Jay Lethal, but it has to be booked correctly because Jay Lethal was doing singles run before Jeff Jarrett came along, and he was just kind of there as well. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping eventually it would lead to something more, but I think that they should put the titles on them first and then have that fallout. Because I feel like if Jay Lethal does do a singles run now, he may get lost in the shuffle of everything. I feel like put the titles on Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett now, give Jay Lethal a little bit more time going. And then once they figure out everything, when Collision comes around and they got, because there'll be a lot of concentration on not only just Collision, but leading up to the Wembley Stadium and stuff like that. I feel like once all that is done and they can settle all the chaos that Tony Khan's about to go through, then give Jay Lethal his singles run and let him shine. Because
that's not even talking about Forbidden Door either, which
exactly. It's a lot that's about to happen, and I don't want Jay Lethal to get his singles runs. I feel like he's going to get lost because it's going to be too much of trying to do the dream match, perfect booking for like Forbidden Door, Collision, how figuring out the brand split with that, and then the Wembley setup, and then even All Out, how that's going to work out as well. Universal the podcast said, clip it, make it a short.
It is decided.
It is decided. Okay. We're going to show hell freezing over when the exact moment that Devin did say smart storytelling in AEW.
It's a piece of a story. Not the complete story, just a piece. Clarify.
So next up for the AEW TNT Championship, we have the ladder match of Wardlow with Arn Anderson going against Christian Cage with Luchasaurus. That's right. You gotta pow pow every time you say Arn Anderson's name. And going against Mr. Turtleneck himself. Watch your neck, because he got it covered. All right. Christian Cage. I think this is going to be a very interesting match. I'm very interested to see if Christian Cage is going to wear the turtleneck without the sleeves again, if that is going to be legit ring gear for him, as he has, Mr. Jurassic Park himself, Luchasaurus, by his side. I don't know. I'm slightly tired of Wardlow. I've been tired of Wardlow.
War Daddy.
I also want chaos. I would love to hear Christian Cage just tearing everyone's ass up on promos with the TNT Championship, because I want the chaos. I feel like after his feud with Jack Perry, especially the fact that, you know, he is getting all the heat from the crowd, I feel as though just throw a title on it. Just throw a title on him, let him get that heat even more so he can cut all these amazing promos. But I have a feeling they're going to keep the title on Wardlow right now anyway. And this can go to another match later on down the road for them, because they love them some Wardlow right now. And he got the title not too long ago, even though they love to play hot potato with the TNT Championship. I deeply want Christian Cage to win here because I want the chaos. I cannot wait to hear promos of him as TNT champion just shitting on everyone. And then Arn Anderson, you know, eventually turn on Wardlow and say, yeah, you know, bang, bang, you're gone type of situation. Because he definitely dissed his son. You know, he's like, what son? You're my son, Wardlow. You're the son I wish I had. You know, wish my son had the talent that you had. Just pretty much just destroying his own kid, not by putting over Wardlow here. But I think Wardlow is going to win here, even though I would love for it to be Christian Cage. Dan, what's your opinion on this match?
Hashtag and new.
Yes.
Christian.
Yes.
Well, this is why they made it a ladder match. To make it more believable that he can win without having to pin Wardlow. And it kind of protects Wardlow because he's not getting pinned. You do this style match. And I like the swerve that they did. I didn't like it at first. I'm like, I was going to get Luchasaurus versus Wardlow.
Yeah.
And that was the match. And then they swerved us. It's because he has his bodyguard now. Christian has his Tyson Tomko back, but in Luchasaurus. He's going to get the win because of his Luchasaurus backing him up. He's going to climb up, take that belt, hashtag and new. You can have Wardlow move on away from the title, have Christian run around with it. I think eventually it's going to be Luchasaurus turning on Christian, and they're going to get a feud between them two, possibly for the belt down the line and like All Out or something. But I got Christian winning this.
Listen, I will not be upset if Christian wins here. But I just feel like they love to book that face Wardlow no matter what. But yeah, I want Christian Cage to win here. Devin, what's your opinion on this match?
I'm not making myself clear. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, this is one of the matches I don't give a fuck. This is just chalk it up. This is a match I do not give a fuck about. I don't care what Christian's doing. It's cool. Terminate Christian. Yeah, you do your thing. But I don't care about this because they didn't flip-flop this title so many times. They didn't flip-flop Wardlow so many times. I just don't care. I never cared for Christian, really. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I don't see the thing. Okay, but I just don't care. All right, but who's gonna win? Okay, Christian, because they like flipping the fucking title, so I'm gonna give it to Christian. It is decided.
So we know what point you'll be turning into NXT at this point.
Yeah. I might just have both on, you know, I'm gonna minimize this window since I'm splitting, so I minimize the match between Wardlow and Christian.
Exactly. Like I said, we know exactly what point of the night you'll definitely be watching NXT, and it's more likely during this match. Next up, though, for the AEW International Championship, a 21-man battle royale. This is the let's get everyone onto the pay-per-view as much as we can. The new version, in my opinion, of Andre the Giant Battle Memorial, because about 16 of these people have no chance of winning this match because it's all about mainly 5 people that's named here. And we have here Orange Cassidy, Ricky Starks, The Butcher, and The Blade, Bandito, Commander, Lee Moriarty, Big Bill, Ari Daivari, Tony Nese, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, Kip Saban, Ray Phoenix, Penta El Zero Miedo, Swerve Strickland, Brian Cage,
that dude.
Jay White, Juice Robinson, Keith Lee, and Dustin Rhodes. They could have easily made this a fatal a 5-way match. Like, I don't think there's a chance of Lee Moriarty, Big Bill, Ari, and Tony Nese winning here. Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta are only in there just to do the hug it out. Of course, I love the Lucha Bros, so but we have Jay White in this.
Will he be a Final Four? He better.
I'm hoping.
Yeah. If he's,
we'll start off with you. What's your opinion on this match?
You know what? I like the match for Orange Cassidy because he's been a very strong champion. He's been a legit champion. Mm-hmm. I told TK this, like, since they got this AEW Collision, they didn't want to do a legit brand split. He would be your perfect Collision brand champion. He could be the man. It is the international champ, so technically it is it's a championship. I think it's on the same level as the AEW championship. Just the way Orange Cassidy he puts his prestige on it. So I got Cassidy walking out, retaining, because he's still doing his thing. They don't treat this like the TNT title, so it's not a flippity floppity thing. I don't feel like anybody is a threat in that batch right there. Nobody, even Jay White. That's crazy. I got to say that, but
yeah, in 2023, this is actually Blackjack Battle Royal. So I think 5 people. I don't know if they're going to do it like the Casino Battle Royal, that they have the suits come out, like this is just going to be regular. They're going to have the suits again come out. Well, no, let me see. 1, 2.
Then they would call it the Casino, right? Battle Royale. It's called Blackjack Battle Royale.
They called it Blackjack just because it's 21 people.
Yeah. But there's no Joker. Yeah. So everybody. I guess everybody will be there at the same time. Versus 5 versus 5. No point in doing 5 versus 5. I mean, 5 people coming out each time because there's no Joker. There's 21 people named here, so it looks like it's just Blackjack, like you said, because it's 21 people. So, but yeah, it's crazy that we have some of these people in here for this title. Like Jay White is in this, in a battle royale, but I figure it's mainly because of the feud with him, Juice Robinson, and Ricky Starks. They're just throwing in a lot of feuds in here because we also have Keith Lee and Dustin Rhodes in here, and Keith Lee, of course, is beefing with Swerve Strickland, so it's a bit of back and forth here. I'm also going to go with Orange Cassidy winning here, even though I feel like to have Jay White in this and to not have him win this, like, it's a great opportunity for him to win. But they already had built him as the side piece of the feud between Juice Robinson and Ricky Starks. So I'm hoping this will switch from Juice versus Ricky Starks to Jay White going against Ricky Starks, and have Jay White more as a leader versus as an equal to Juice Robinson. Like, this was the most recent leader of the Bullet Club over in Japan, and we kind of have him just like playing as cheerleader for this feud with Juice Robinson, Orange Cassidy. It would be very bold for them to have Jay White win here because they really didn't book him to really I mean, it's stuff that AEW will do. They will just throw a title at someone in a situation like this, but it's just kind of just wasn't naturally built for him to do it, which is something that AEW sometimes miss out on, to build someone up to getting the title, because they tend to have a lot of the dream matches that they have here. I really wouldn't mind if Jay White was to just win here, just so we can start working on building Jay White as doing a singles run as well. But Orange Cassidy has been on fire. I mean, he opens up Dynamite pretty much every week in a in a in a match, and he's been putting out the work and everything like that. I'm a big Orange Cassidy fan ever since, since he was Fire Ant with the Ant Society and stuff like that. The day that I found out he was Fire Ant, I was like, I am a fan of his for life. But yeah, I think this is going to be pretty much between a match pretty much concentrating on Orange Cassidy, Ricky Starks, Jay White, um, not really Keith Lee. I think the Lucha Bros and Commander are going to do some crazy ass shit here. I can't wait for that because I love my flippy stuff and I love the Lucha Bros and I like Commander too. We know Commander's going to try to run the ropes and that's probably how he'll get eliminated. Uh, from there, somebody will push him off that rope when he goes to run it. But I'm here all for it. Dan, what's your opinion on this match?
I found something on social media, and Devin would get a kick out of it. It was comparing Orange Cassidy to the Tribal Chief.
What?
No, not. Well, they both had the same finisher, by the way, but
yes.
No, but it said Roman Reigns 900 plus days, 28 title defenses.
Oh, I saw
Orange
that.
Cassidy, 23 title defenses in 200 plus days. Mm-hmm. This guy has been a workhorse. This is a mid-card title. They've hit this out of the park with him as the champion. You pointed it out. He's opening every single week on Dynamite, defend that title. They're selling the fact that he gets hurt and then he comes back and Renee is interviewing him and he's all out of breath. Like, I just got done a match. Selling the injury. He still has the bandage on his arm, selling that for the past month. He's money. But then I'm looking at what Devin said. They got Collision. You can move him to Collision. You can have him take the belt off and kind of do something different with him. Introduce a new title for Collision if you wanted to, or just take the title off of him. I think this is the perfect chance to take the belt off of him without him getting pinned, because it's a battle royal. Throw him over the top rope, have somebody do it, and to take the belt off of him, and you can start a feud with that somehow. I think it's going to come down to Ricky and Jay White. I think one of them is going to win the belt, and that's how you build that title up a little bit, is that storyline between the two. And I'm torn between both because I like both. Of course, I'm a big Jay White fan. He's from, of course, New Zealand, so it's international. You can push that with him, and it makes him important getting the title there because he hasn't done much. And then you can push that with the match between him and Ricky down the line for the title. And that's how you put the belt on Ricky Starks, is you can have him beat him, or you can have Jay White get on a winning streak. You got this whole thing with the Bullet Club with Forbidden Door that maybe they kind of do, and him going into that with the title would make that even more important. And then Orange Cassidy, we've already seen Orange Cassidy put on a banger with Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door last year, and it wasn't even supposed to be a match. It was a match that they put together kind of last minute because of the guy that was supposed to be in it got hurt, and that wound up being one of the best matches of the night. So he's going to be on it against somebody all together. I'm going to go with, I'm going to go Ricky. I think Ricky Starks wins this. I'm going to flip the script on what I think. I think somebody eliminates Orange. I think it's down to Jay White and Ricky throws out Jay White. But I think the whole end game will be to have Jay White win the belt from Ricky Starks. But Ricky will have the title and it'll help out Ricky right now in the short term.
Yeah, I don't mind that idea at all. I'm a big fan of Ricky as well.
You trust the AEW story process? You trust it like that?
I trust how they use Orange Cassidy.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
The way you build that, I was like, it's a lot of trust.
It is, but I know what they do at Orange Cassidy. I know they've been booking him a certain way. They've just been killing it with him, and you don't want to kind of die him down a little bit where he loses the title because he gets pinned. This is where you can have him do it without even having him getting pinned, and he kind of still has that momentum, but then he doesn't have the title anymore.
I like that. I have faith. The way they were booking the international title has been pretty good. They were booking it. They booked that title stronger than TNT title right about now. I am curious if they
get rid of the TNT. Just get rid of that.
Might as well. I mean, might as well turn it to the 24/7 title at
Yep,
this point.
just give it an update.
Just let it be. I am curious if with the international title, if it's still going to be if they're trying to have it defended at other promotions as well, like they were doing with the All Atlantic title. But we'll see. Getcho said the TNT title is a snub. It keeps switching winners like the girls from 3L Dub. Getcho with the bars out here. But yeah, I'm hoping that they do more with Ricky Starks. I'm a fan too of Ricky Starks as well. Ever since like the feud with him and MJF, it just felt like they kind of went downhill a bit with the momentum for him. So yeah, I wouldn't mind him winning the title here, or even Jay White winning the title here, and kind of start building those two up as far as with the a singles run, especially with the title. Orange Cassidy is one of those people that don't really need the belt in order to be put over. So him having to have the belt isn't really necessary. But yeah, I am very interested to see if they are going to pull the title off of him and hopefully put it on either Ricky Starks or Jay White to kind of start rebuilding those two as well. So next up for the AEW Women's World Championship, we have Jamie Hayter going against Toni Storm. Now it's I forgot which dirt sheet said it, but they're saying that Jamie Hayter is actually injured. So don't know what's going to come from this match. If Jamie Hayter is going to retain here, or if they are going to pull the title off of her, especially depending on how bad her injury is. I'm actually going to go with Toni Storm on this one. I feel like they going to try to backtrack the whole mess that was her first title reign, where she was interim champion. I think her winning the title will play very well with the way that things are going with the Outcast of her, saying she finally gets her actual title reign, since previously she was interim. Especially if Jamie is injured. Don't know where exactly they can go from here. They are, still kind of feuding with Britt Baker here as well. And if Jamie Hayter is actually injured and has to take a little bit of time away, Britt Baker, I guess, teaming up with Willow Nightingale or something along those lines. But I actually have Toni Storm winning here. I think this will be a very good women's match anyway, if Jamie Hayter is 100%. But, the rumor that she is injured and just legit injured, hoping that it won't be affected with the match. But I'm actually going to go with Toni Storm here. Dan, what's your opinion on this match?
I could go either way with this one. And kind of alluding to what you were saying, what could they do next with Jamie Hayter if she's hurt? They do have this all-in pay-per-view where she's from in London, England, where you can kind of really big promote. Like I said, a lot of people like, how are you going to have all-in and then a week later have all-out? It's a way to push certain stars on All In and then certain on All Out.
Yep.
You can push the women's title on All In, get that a big focus in a big venue at Wembley Stadium for that women's title, and you just put Jamie Hayter over big time in her home country. So maybe you could drop the title here and put it on Toni Storm and then revisit it then. But then it's like, okay, then that would be number 3.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you get there? That would be the whole thing. And then I know there's been rumors that Saray's trying to get them to do the women's what's the name of the match? Blood and Guts. They're trying to get a Blood and Guts going. So when are they going to do that? If they decide to do that and keep this fresh, get it to All In, because I do feel like at All In, Jamie Hayter has to be in that match. I think it's paramount. So you know what? I'll go Toni Storm. I think she gets it done, and with help, and then that's how you can push Blood and Guts, and then Jamie Hayter can get that rematch. But it's like, if they do that, are people going to get mad that they're running it back again, or is it something where people are going to be okay with it? That's where I'm like back and forth with it. But I'll go Toni Storm.
Yeah.
It's decided.
Yeah, they can definitely go back and forth here, and especially since Jamie Hayter is now the face, could rebuild her, especially if she's injured. Have her taken out, and then bring her back to start the build towards All In as well. Devin, what's your opinion on this match?
See, I didn't even know there was rumors circling about an injury for Jamie Hayter. But you already know how I treat rumors. So I'm just going to treat it as like I don't hear it all. I'm going to go with what I see was presented on camera. And I see less and less of Jamie Hayter and more Tony on camera. So I'll go with those of the optics. And because of that, I'm just going to go with, all right, we're going to title swap. We're going to change titles. We're going to go with Tony. All right. Yeah. They want to go back, and I think they want to redo that whole interim mess they had going when Thunder Rosa had to take some time. So, yeah, I got Tony. It is decided.
And then she's even just appeared on New Japan. Toni Storm came in and helped her husband, Juice Robinson, win a match. So she's appearing on other promotions now.
Yeah. So, yeah, it would make sense for her to win the title and then, do the international tour with it or something like that. But I think it'll help out, like I said, the storyline with the Outcast if Toni Storm was to have the title.
Just thinking about it, that could be a way for them to have at Forbidden Door. They could do champ versus champ. They could do Willow because she's the New Japan Strong Champion versus Toni Storm, because Willow has been kind of part of that storyline a little bit. Like, she hasn't lately, but that's a way to add her back into it.
Yeah, they did show her, winning the New Japan Strong title.
So I love that.
Yeah, I love that too.
The fact that
yeah, and they talked about it because not everybody who watches AEW watch all the other promotions and know what's going on. So I appreciate that they threw that out there for those who didn't know or didn't watch it as well. So next up, we have the Anarchy in the Arena match. We got the Blackpool Combat Club with Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta going against the Elite, the reformed Elite, Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, and Hangman Adam Page sporting that good old eye patch. What are you buying?
Hangman.
What you buying? Okay. Devin, what's your opinion on this match?
This match is going to be nasty. We post COVID now, so you better bring your plastic, whatever you got to bring, because you heard what Jon Moxley said. It's going to be a disgusting. It's going to be blood, like buckets of blood everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. So if you squeamish, this ain't your type of match. Like, you better come in there prepared, mask up, hand sanitizer, like you come in there ready, Mr. Clean, whatever you got to do. All right, just come in there ready, because it's gonna be nasty in there. I love how the BCC is getting built. That's all I wanted from when they started doing factions in AEW. Like, we was getting a whole bunch of factions, but it felt like no faction wanted to take over. Or they're trying to make or they had a mission statement. Maybe Inner Circle, but I felt like that kind of just floundered off. But what the BCC is doing, holy shit, you got Bryan Danielson. Like, hey, man, we fucking around with some amateurs. We pros.
Amateurs.
Let's make a statement. All right. So I like where their head is at. I like how they're trying to assert their dominance. I like the antagonists on the other part where you got the elite. All right. So they say, hey, we're the heart and soul of AEW. Okay. I guess for other people, for me, I don't see it, but cool. Whoever works for you, heart and soul. But from story perspective, I like it and I get it. I like how the Young Bucks are. At first, I felt like they were just getting dominated, but now they're starting to show like their craftiness, their shiftiness, like they used to do before, like Young Bucks of old. And I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got Heyman Page is back involved, so I feel like now it's complete. Now that they're at full power, they have a chance to beat the BCC, but I'm not giving the win to the Elite. I'm giving the win to the BCC because these dudes they're about business. All right, yes. They're about their work. They're about that life. They're not about this. They're not about this. This is what the BCC is about. That's how they met. That's how all these guys met. They met like this. You guys met like this. All right. Hey, guy. I love you. It's like, I love you. I love you. Shit. Okay. Yeah, these guys ain't fucking around. So, yeah, I got the BCC going over in the Anarchy match. It's going to be fun.
All right, Dan, what's your opinion on this match?
This one has been just a great build. I love the fact that they switched BCC from faces to heels, and you're bringing back the reunion of the Elite, all four members. I thought it was great when Hangman had his promo backstage this Wednesday. He was like, I'm friends with the Young Bucks. Young Bucks are friends with Kenny. Me and Kenny, I wouldn't say we're friends, but we're all family. You're not always going to get along with your family, but you're still family. So you still got each other's back. And I thought that was perfect for this, how they're doing this, and all like the side things that they did on Being the Elite, where the Dark Order were part of it, like exposing Matt Jackson, and then Kenny just playing it up. He was like, yeah, I was doing this. Like, I was testing you. Like, I've always got your back, Hangman. They kind of add like that funny part of the storyline, but I just love everything with this, and we got to add in the part. This kind of stresses into two different promotions, because you kind of have to add New Japan into this a little bit, because you got there's a lot to it. Like, first we're talking about Takeshita with Don Callis. Don Callis has been pushing Takeshita. I think Takeshita is going to wind up going heel and join the BCC, because they've said it, even when we're you bleed with us, you join us.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're kind of making us feel like Don Callis is on their side, but he's playing a different story. He's playing a different thing. He's pulling the strings, man. And what guy wants his revenge with Kenny Omega? We're Ospreay, and we're Ospreay's in that U.S. title tournament next week at Dominion. If he wins, he gets that rematch against Kenny Omega for the IWGP U.S. title. And he's been wanting that. He's been begging for that. And he's one step away from getting that. And I feel like that's what Don Callis is pushing all along. He wants to see Kenny Omega break. He wants to tear everything down that Kenny Omega has built. And that this is his way of trying to get Ospreay in to take the title away from Kenny Omega. So he's doing all these things to try and mess with him. He's getting Takeshita. I think he's the reason the BCC win the match, is Takeshita comes in and he turns heel. But I do think that if they signed him, or if they get him in to work with them, that Kota Ibushi is going to come in eventually. It might not happen Sunday, but eventually he'll come in to kind of even the odds. And we get the reunion of the Golden Elite with the 5 guys from New Japan. They bring Kota Ibushi in to kind of even the odds. but this is just the perfect way to kind of break down Kenny Omega and to build up BCC with another member.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is going to be the craziest match of the night. Guaranteed John Moxley is going to bleed buckets. Okay, he's going to make
ready.
Get the screwdriver ready. The Red Cross is probably going to be jealous as hell as much blood this man's going to be leaking. He could probably donate enough blood to freaking fill up an elephant at this point. But I think this is going to be a very fun match. Both teams have shown that they can do some crazy ass shit, and I think they're going to try to top the last Anarchy in the arena match. As fun as that match was, I think they're going to definitely try to top that. I love heel Bryan Danielson with the amateur, and I hope he cuts a full promo during the match. I would love if that happens, that he just starts cutting a full promo or starts calling them amateurs during the match and just start going off. But yeah, this has been a pretty fun storyline between these two, with Don Callis turning and what is going on as far as what Konosuke is going to end up, if he will turn heel and end up with BCC, or if they're going to have him align with the Elite at first and then have him turn a little bit later, and then eventually like I had called them, the golden acquaintances, because they're not there just yet, but just the golden acquaintances. And if that's going to lead to the reunion of the golden lovers as well, the golden elite as well, and have the 5 versus 5. Then we'll have the blood and guts probably at that point at all out, all in at that point too, which will be a lot of fun. But I have the Blackpool Combat Club winning here. I think, I feel like even though the Elite has been reunited, they're going to beat down the Elite even more, to where as though they'll eventually need that help and help call on Konosuke. I think Don Callis is going to somehow interfere here to still make it feel like that him and Blackpool Combat Club have an alliance, when they actually don't. He's just there out of convenience and taking advantage of the situation. And I think it'll just eventually lead to, I hope they just keep with the story that, with between the Blackpool Combat Club and the Elite, that Konosuke will, come in and try to help out the Elite, eventually turn on them to join the Blackpool Combat Club. And then, of course, we'll get the reunion of the Golden Lovers, probably at Forbidden Door or something like that. And then that lead to the blood and guts, or the whatever crazy match that they decide to come up with for Wembley at that point. But yeah, I have Blackpool Combat Club winning here. I think it's going to be a very fun match with these guys here. I'm just hoping that Bryan Danielson does do some kind of funny ass promo. I just want to hear him start calling them all amateurs and say, you see why this is happening to them? Because they're amateurs. We are amateurs. We are professional. We are pro wrestlers.
This is fickle.
This is fickle. Okay. We are professionals and they are amateurs. That's why they're losing. I thought Kenny was a professional, but he's actually amateur. Look at this. No one loves them. I just want him to just go off on them. But yeah, I think this is going to be a very fun match. Next up, for the AEW TBS Championship, we have Jade Cargill going against Talia Valkyrie. I love Jade Cargill. I am torn between this, because I feel as though this is the perfect time to take the title off of her. That we could use Talia to kind of be the person that would naturally take the title off of Jade Cargill, but at the same time, this is an actual match for Jade Cargill. So far out of the 59 wins, 60 wins that she has gotten, they were pretty much, I would say like maybe 20 of them, maybe 10, 15 of them was against people that could have legit won the title off of her. The rest of them was pretty much squash matches of people who we never heard before, within AEW, I should say. But, we heard of them outside of AEW in the indies come in to face her for the title. And this is her first legit title defense since, I believe, Athena at this point. I think the last legit one she had was against Athena. Um, and she retained there. So I'm torn between these two. Because I feel like I said, this is the perfect time for them to take the title off of Jade Cargill. Because if Talia don't win here, then what do we do? Do we then, because the next event will be Forbidden Door. Jade Cargill will retain there at that point, and then do we save her loss for Wembley at that point? And then it's like, well, who would you put up against her to lose at Wembley? My opinion would have been Chris Statlander. I don't think she is. I think she is not even close to being fully healed at that point. Possibly, we'll never know. But I feel like it's the perfect time for, Talia to win here, give Jade Cargill a bit of a rest, put her over on Collision at that point. That way she'll get a little bit more exposure. And I feel bad for her because, she's very popular. She's very great at as an ambassador for AEW because she gets a lot of attention. But she's on Rampage, that gets moved around depending on what TBS will like to air that night. So they'll show up. She'll be on 5:30 on a Friday, Saturday, 3 o'clock in the morning, or some craziness like that because TBS decide they want to play hockey that night. So I'm hoping that she loses the title here just so she can go on Collision or even go over to Dynamite so that she can get a little bit more exposure, get better time, a better time slot on TV. So I'm going to go here with Talia. Sorry, Jay Cargill. I still love you, but I'm going to go with Talia just so she can get the better exposure. That's how I'm going to go with it. Dan, what's your predictions for this match?
I'm going Taya. I think she gets it done. I've been tired of Jade for over a year now because they don't do anything with her. It's the MJF effect where she wrestles once every 3 months, and then she comes out and she's gotten better. Yeah, but I'm just not a fan of the character. And she come in, they've tried to refresh it a little bit. It just hasn't resonated with me at all. And maybe going to Collision might help. Like you change the scenery, some new opponents, push her up to the next level now. Finally do that. So you could do that all in one shot. Have Taya win, put a belt on her, and then move Jade up. That's what you do old school. When it's that time, it's time. You put the next champ over, and then you shoot on up. So I'm going with Ty.
Yeah, hoping that's what it is. Devin, what's your opinion on this match?
I'm gonna go with Jade right now. I think the AEW, not the TBS, but the Women's Championship is a little bit crowded right now. So if Jade was to lose and then immediately get into the main event scene or not the main event scene, or just the top card for the women, then I think there's a possibility, there's a likely chance she could get lost in the shuffle because I feel I think it's just crowded right now for the women up top for the AEW Women's Championship. But the TBS, what she's been doing, putting her prestige on it, love it. Now, I think AEW is missing the point of, especially the milestones. They're not making it bigger as it should be, and if she's going to drop this belt, it should be a big moment, an impactful moment. I don't feel that, that it's maybe double or nothing. It's that moment. even the way the story is constructed, the way it's heading, I don't think that it's at that precipice that, all right, yeah, Jade is ready to drop and then head into the AEW women's title scene now. I don't see that right now. So for that reason, I got Jade retaining and over Taya. It is decided.
It is decided. Yeah, maybe they'll introduce an additional title for Collision if this is truly a brand split or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, I'm hoping that this leads to Jade Cargill going to bigger and better things. If she does defeat Talia, I believe she will be 60-0. So, big reason that they may, pull the trigger and let her retain so that they can do the 60-0, and then she does celebration, and whoever they decide at that point to go against her, they could work towards that too. Especially if it's
maybe have her win and then have Chris Statlander come out of return, and then that wind up being the person that does take it off of her.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
I think Statlander is the right woman to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because before she got hurt, she was on that road to do it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely. That's why I'm hoping for that would defeat Jade Cargill here to win the title. So next up, we have the 6-man tag team match of Ethan Page and the Guns going against the Hardys and Hook. If the Hardys win, Matt Hardy will own Ethan Page's contract. So a reversal of what we've been doing this whole time. I thought that wonderful. Yeah, it seems like we have the broken Matt Hardy back, which I'm like, I don't know if I missed something. I was watching the final deletion. I'm like, I didn't realize we got broken Matt Hardy back. I don't know if he just made the appearance just for that match, or if this is
it just made me think of something. Brother Nero, I knew you'd come.
Exactly. Yeah, so very interested to see on what happens with this match here. I have the Hardys and Hook winning here. I just think that they're definitely going to pull the trigger and have Matt Hardy own Ethan Page contract so they can do all the fun stuff with that. I'm just waiting for Stokely Hathaway. Stokely Hathaway is a treasure. Can't wait to see what happens with him.
Did you see the new Twitter post that he made in Tony Khan's office?
Yes. Yes, we took down the pictures and put up little Kim photo and everything like that. Yes, he has beef with Tony Khan. Tony Khan will pay for his crimes, like he keeps saying. So probably now the Jacksonville Jaguars will eventually go to the Super Bowl now that Stokely Hathaway is in charge of them. He then took over Tony Khan's spot over there in Jacksonville. But yeah, I have the Hardys and Hook winning here. Hope the Guns come out to 50 Cent again. I love that entrance. I love that entrance when it came out with the camera work and everything. But I think this is, mainly to continue the story between Matt Hardy and Ethan Page, that he will own his contract from there and they'll have whatever fun they have from there. Devin, what's your opinion on this match?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Matt or the Hardys and Hook. I don't care about Hook. Never liked Hook. Never got the what's so Hook.
A hooker. You got a
hooker. Nah.
That's what they call themselves.
I'm gonna try to keep acting like.
Apparently, that TW title doesn't need to be involved in anything anymore. It just disappeared.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a Fairy Tale World Championship anyway, so it's just make it disappear. Mm-hmm. But I think it's going to be a fun match. They do have some great chemistry. The story has been very fun, especially when Stokely gets involved too. Ethan Page is always on 10. Just I call him just angry all the time. Every time he talks, it's angry. I'm always on the volume 10, dude. Just relax. Goddamn, it's gonna be all right. But I got the Hardys going over in this 6-man tag.
Yeah, not that hard to decide. Dan, what's your opinion on this match?
No, I agree. I got the Hardys and Hook. This is the Hardy Boys' redemption before they retire. Shout out to Jeff Hardy if he's actually sober and then
Yes.
living a sobriety type life. Shout out to that because they did say that that's one of the prerequisites to him returning was he had to be sober. So shout out to him. And it looks like he is, so that's good. But I think in the storyline, they're gonna get Ethan Page. He's gonna control that contract, and it's gonna be wonderful.
Indeed. Indeed. So, last but not least, we have the unsanctioned match of Adam Cole going against Chris Jericho with the random appearance of Sabu out of nowhere uh, as the special. It says special guest enforcer, but they keep saying
Yeah,
he's in Adam Cole's corner. So it's just like,
it's probably the way to make sure that people don't get involved to help out
yeah.
Jericho. Just get that enforcer, and yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just very random to have Sabu come out. Um, I was like, I was like, okay, I didn't know where of all people for Adam Cole to ask for help on. That's who you picked. You picked Sabu, so I figured we're gonna have an appearance from someone. Cause like Jericho said, do your math. It's still 5 people, and now there's three of you. So I think we may have a return, maybe a slight reunion coming. Who knows? They there has been talks on social media of how they always have a return at Double or Nothing. So maybe said return will happen here. As Getcho said, Jade is kind of a made person. If she loses, she'd be good. She will be. She definitely will.
I'm hoping it's Kyle O'Reilly. I hope
Me
it's
too.
him.
I hope it's him too. I'm sure Bobby the Fish is still calling up Tony Khan saying, "Baby, please let me back." Okay, sitting there just playing the guitar
Oh
outside of
my
Tony
god.
Khan's office, just begging to come back since now AEW has 3/4 of the members of the Undisputed Era. So we shall see. But yeah, I'm hoping it's Kyle O'Reilly who's going to return to. Don't know what the hell we're going to see with Sabu as special enforcer. I know he's going to do something because AEW loves the legends. They love having the legends shine. So I'm sure Sabu's going to do something crazy. I hope he don't do the. I highly doubt he's going to do the regular Sabu crazy shit that he does, but I'm
You
sure
never
we'll
know.
see.
I don't
I
know.
know we'll
That
never
dude's
know.
still crazy. He still be doing crazy. He be posting
Yeah.
crazy shit too.
Yeah, no. Hoping that he does not do the chair step onto the rope shit that he loves to try to keep doing and just keep trying and plenty of times failing but still keep trying that he just points to the sky, my man. Just keep pointing to the sky, Don't don't let Sting fool you, okay? I think that's what's happening. They
Mhm.
seen Sting out here living life and just putting out these 5-star matches and whatnot. They think, and people think I could do that too. I can do that too. Yeah, I think I could put on a 5-star match, but I am not Sting, so
Yeah, see,
I am
Sting.
afraid of walking down a flight of steps at this point of life. So it's not happening for me. But I'm gonna go with Adam Cole here. I think this is gonna be a of course JAS is going to interfere, and then that's when we'll have the return of Kyle O'Reilly, who's gonna help him out. Sabu then is gonna help out. And I think this feud is actually gonna continue because then Chris Jericho is gonna say, well, you had Sabu in your damn corner. Of course you won. And this continues on even further. Maybe we'll have Britt Baker come out to slap him or something like that too, and then have well, no, they don't have a woman. I don't JS kind of don't have a woman now since I highly doubt Tay Conti is going to come out to help out since they're trying to make Sammy Guevara as a face, with this match,
Well,
but I have.
Well, they've been kind of working with the Outcasts, so you can kind of pander
That's
to
true.
that.
Yeah, they do have the Outcast, and they have Anna Jay still too, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it'll bring out the Outcast at that point. And then we have a bunch of chaos and stuff. But the fact this is unsanctioned, I think this is going to get a little bit crazy here. I'm interested to see what type of creative stuff that we're gonna get in here between these two. But I have Adam Cole winning here. Dan, what's your opinion on this match?
This is actually the one I'm looking forward to the most because I feel like it has great story. Chris Jericho is great at. People can hate him, but he's great at putting somebody over.
Yes.
He's gonna put them over. He's kind of like the guy that you go to once you get put over on Jericho, then you're a made man. You can go right into the world title picture no matter what. He's that fork in the road that you have to get to. And it's his niche in AEW right now until he retires. He's going to do that every pay-per-view. It's going to keep him a little bit relevant. And you got Adam Cole. Yeah, I'm going to say it right now. I said it earlier. There's that guy that I said is going to be the guy to dethrone MJF. It's going to be Adam Cole at All Out, baby, because they did have that a couple weeks ago where they did have that kind of like where Brett Baker kind of foreshadowed it, saying that you better hold that title because somebody's coming for you. And then she said, baby, kind of foreshadowing that's going to be Adam Cole. And he's on this babyface world tour right now. Yes. We're so used to him being a heel that this has kind of been perfect. Him coming back from this major injury, using that to their advantage with the storyline. He is huge with the crowd right now, and they're playing to it. You put him over, he's white hot right now, and then you eventually put the title on him. That'd be the biggest thing AEW could do because you got a guy, yes, he was a WWE guy, but in fact, to me, he's an NXT guy. I'd rather say that. I think that's a better wording because WWE never called him up. He was always in NXT, and now he's over here getting that shine on like a main roster, and he's looking good. Like he in the couple matches that he's had so far, he's looked great. I like the fact that they brought in Roderick Strong. They're building him strong. No pun intended. With his two big wins that he's just had. Like you said, he can bring back Kyle O'Reilly, bring back the old crew from NXT, and run with it again. But I think this is Adam Cole. This is the shoot him up to the moon and build up your next title contender here. Because if he's not it, I don't know who is.
Yeah, definitely. Devin, what's your opinion on this match?
The story's been decent. I've enjoyed it. So some of the acting's been kind of, when JS got involved and it was attacking Adam Cole, attacking Britt Baker, and Adam Cole, just the acting was bro. That ain't it. That wasn't it. The emotion was not there. But I felt in that promo in this go home show, when they had the contract signing. And, when Adam Cole said, I felt the emotion. The only thing I had a problem with is what he said, because I've been down this road before with Adam Cole when he used that same tone with goddamn Pat McAfee. Gave like, yeah, I'm about to destroy you. You ain't on my fucking level. And what this dude do? Pat McAfee almost took him bell to bell and almost got a win over one of the greatest NXT champions ever. And then, Tribal Chief took over from that. Because of that. I hate when he talks this big game. I'm gonna break your teeth. I'm gonna break your legs. Dude, stop it, man. Stop it.
Win.
Just say you're gonna win. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna win. Just say you're gonna do that. I just want to hear the result. Don't tell me what you gonna think. You think you're gonna do. I want to see that. I want to hear that. Just want to hear the result. I'm going to pin you 1, 2, 3. It's over. All right. Shout out to Chris Jericho. Still, staying on, on the level that he is. Still, what he gives to the wrestling game, and now what he's about to do and help out Adam Cole, help him level up, and once he takes the L, level up, like Dan says, be on his way on this route to the AEW championship and see what that looks like.
Yeah,
in the
definitely.
end, I got Adam Cole going over with Sabu.
Just imagine those promos between Adam Cole and MJF.
Oh man, that's gonna be. I'll be worried for MJF then. Actually, yeah, that'd be kind of scary for MJF because you already know MJF he's gonna just do the low hanging fruit. Like, what can't you? Because Adam Cole got bars. His delivery is just bar none. Like what he did to. What is it, NXT, when he did to Karrion Kross? He never recovered from that. He never recovered from that.
Still haven't recovered.
You still got that stench on you. I still see it, man. Like, yep.
He still pulls that up.
This
man,
guy
goes, got you, bro.
he says, you know what I do? I lace my boots. That's what I do.
They ring the bell. That's what
Karrion Kross went and started working the tarot cards, trying to get that magic working. See if that helped him out.
Oh, Adam Cole saw through all that bullshit and called him out, and he could possibly do the same thing to MJF. And hopefully MJF can recover, but man, it might be dangerous.
Yeah, he'll just do what he did to Darby Allin this past Wednesday, just kick him in the balls.
Oh yeah, fuck you. There it is.
Do that. All right, so that is our predictions for all three, for Double or Nothing and for Night of Champions as well. A lot of matches going on here. A lot of matches. We didn't even go, detail into NXT Battleground. Okay, so it's just a lot going on, and who knows if anything will get added to any of these matches. Like I said, AEW normally does something with the pre-show, so we'll see if that happens. If they'll add a match to the pre-show or not. If Night of Champions, they normally don't do a pre-show. Seems like everything is locked in at this point. It's just a matter of how long these matches will go. Of course, that Anarchy in the arena match may go for a bit. The Battle Royale is going to go for a bit here. So I'm sure there is an over and under on how long these pay-per-views are going to go this weekend as well. But at least for those who have off on Monday, day to recover. If you don't, I will pray for you. It's going to be a very tiring Monday for you after watching Night of Champions on Saturday afternoon, and then watching Double or Nothing Sunday night, and then watching NXT Battleground, whichever one you choose to watch on the replay, so yeah, it's going to be a lot, time the clock in and, put the work in and, get to watch it and all the other stuff. But I think overall, it's going to be a very eventful weekend. One of the few times that we have WWE and AEW putting on events on the same weekend. But yeah, so as we go on for WWE going towards Money in the Bank and SummerSlam, and for AEW going towards Forbidden Door and All Out / All In, however they do that. And then, of course, we have the announcement that Collision will be in Chicago. La-di-da. We already know what's going to happen there. They're going to go crazy and everything.
Like nothing ever happened.
Yeah. They're going to chant for that man from the 1 second.
Imagine him coming out and then be like, so guys, what do you want to talk about?
I will laugh hysterically at that if he does it. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so we know it's coming in June for the first episode of Collision. Hopefully they'll get it out the way like they did last time. Just have him come out first instead of just let him come out so that the chants can stop. And then we'll see what goes from there as far as the booking with CM Punk. Where do we go from there? And then how Collision will be set up, especially with this possible brand split between everyone that's on Dynamite and then whoever's on Collision.
Do y'all think this is a ticking time bomb just waiting to explode for CM Punk coming back? Like, he's all right, he comes back, but now start the clock, to start the countdown, because
yes,
it's gonna happen again. He already showed the true colors. I saw it vividly at that press conference. Damn, like the backstage, theatrics, all the dog bite me. No, fuck all that. What he said right there next to his boss.
Yes,
I saw what I needed to see. I'm like,
and the boss did nothing.
Nope.
But ask him for the muffin. Or the drink. He asked him for the drink. Oh, thank you. So yeah, it's gonna happen again. Either he will get injured or he'll start another fight, and then then Ace Steel come in and bite someone else off. Like this is an episode of The Walking Dead. But yeah, it's a ticking time bomb when this happens again. I'm hoping that that Collision will not be booked heavily for CM Punk, that we are using other people for the show as well. But yeah, I'm hoping that this isn't going to be kind of like what they had in mind. It felt like for Rampage that it's going to be a bit CM Punk heavy because we used CM Punk to put over Rampage from the get-go, and then it got put to the side once CM Punk then transferred over to Dynamite. That with Collision, that it's not going to be, we're going to heavily feature CM Punk as our top guy, and then they eventually move him over to Dynamite or something like that. Or if he gets injured or starts another fight backstage, that they start putting that show to the side. So yeah, it is a ticking time bomb with this guy. But we'll see. We will see how it goes. I'm very interested to see how the booking with Collision is going to happen. I'm excited because we're seeing a lot of people who were on some milk cartons lately. With Andrade and Thunder Rosa and Miro, who is finally back. So I'm hoping that Collision will be mainly for those who have gone missing from Dynamite. Let this be the AKA the milk carton show. That if you see them on the milk carton, they are probably on Collision. But yes, that is it for the Wrestlebread podcast. We went through a lot of predictions here, but be sure to catch us all on the Bloodline Entertainment Network. You can check out the website at bloodlinenetwork.com. There's a lot of articles on there from great writers. Why waste time clicking on all these different websites of going from this website to that website? If you love sports, if you love entertainment, if you love movies and gaming, if you love sports entertainment and wrestling and everything, check out the website. There are a lot of great articles there. There is a lot of information from people who, aren't getting paid, aren't getting paid by said people to say these articles. This is from people who are passionate about what they are talking about. They are passionate about sports. They're passionate about wrestling, movies and gaming and everything. So yes, check out the website for everything. There's the content on there daily, new articles on there all the time as well. You can also check out the YouTube and the Twitch channel for the Bloodline Entertainment Network. Be sure to subscribe. Hit the little bell for the notification and smash that like button like Brock Lesnar is going to do to Cody Rhodes this weekend as well. And smash that like button, just like we will see all the punching and everything in the Anarchy in the arena match as well. You can catch me on Twitter at JDC137. You can catch the podcast at Wrestlebread as well. Be sure to click the links in the profile for the Instagram, the Facebook, and the TikTok as well. You can catch me weekly here, live, LIVE, every Thursday at 9 p.m. EST exclusively on the Bloodline Entertainment YouTube channel. You can also catch me late night gaming with JD, episodes along with gaming with the Bloodline on Monday and Tuesdays at 11:15 on Monday and at 11 o'clock on Tuesdays as well. Dan, where can they find you?
Man, you can find me on Twitter at KHIQ. And of course, we got the Bloodline. I put out all my content every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. I put out both of my prediction videos yesterday, so you can check them out on the Bloodline Entertainment Network. Next week, I'll be back same time. I got 2 videos coming out. I got my ESPN and my UFC on ESPN 46 video coming out. And I got my New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion prediction video. We got that big pay-per-view next Sunday. It's the New Japan version of SummerSlam. That's coming Sunday morning, so I'll be putting out my video for that same time, Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
All right. Devin, where can they find you?
Yes. First of all, thank you, First Lady, being a gracious host. You did a phenomenal job. Thank you again. We appreciate the hospitality. Yes, you can find Clark Street Wrestling on the Bloodline Network.com. Yes, there is no longer ClarkStreetWrestling.com. It is done. It's over. All right, we have shifted everything to the website. It's all about the Bloodline Network.com, where you can find us. You find our merch. You find our socials, our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. But right now, Clark Street is in a hiatus, but you can catch me on Twitch on Wednesdays and Friday for late night gaming. All right, Destiny 2 with the Tribal Chief. All right, yes, Destiny 2 with the Tribal Chief. Wednesdays and Fridays, midnight Central, 1 a.m. on that East Coast. Yes, we do it late over here on the Bloodline Network.com. It is decided for your pleasure.
That's right. And if you enjoyed what happened here, you can catch on the Bloodline Entertainment Network all different type of podcasts who covers everything. Okay, as we had Dan from Cage My IQ, Dirt Sheet Dan. We also have Circle of Debate, Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. Even though it's on a hiatus, there's still content out there. You can check out past episodes as well. The Out of Here podcast for those who love baseball. Raw Dogging with De Niro, who watches the last 30 minutes of Raw as well. And a little bit of a recap too. Roto Slappers for all your sports and everything as well. Top Rope Wrestling Talk. The Broadcast podcast from the future. Okay. The Debate Center. The Tim King Show. The Universal Wrestling Podcast. And the Director's Cut, our newest show that goes over entertainment movies as well. Like I said, check out the website, bloodlinenetwork.com. Okay. Smash the like button, subscribe, follow us on Twitch, follow us on all the socials as well. Okay. Get your information in one location, get all the entertainment in one location as well. Be sure to go to the website and acknowledge us. Okay. But thank you to Devin and Dan for coming on to this episode with me with the predictions and everything like that, as Kitchell is showing the love of Showtown. Stand up. You'll all be chanting CM Punk and looking for AJ.
Not me. Maybe you.
We'll be hearing them chants loud and proud, and then we'll see the love that you have for your guy once, shit starts hitting the fan. Okay? All right. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll be here next week, same damn time at the same damn channel with recaps from everything that happened this weekend, all that happened this weekend, and even probably recaps of Raw and Dynamite as well, if I will have the energy after I recap everything that happened this weekend as well. But thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to the chat though for coming in and hanging out with us. The best chat, all right, on YouTube in the land. But until next time, guys, peace. You're listening to the Wrestlebread Podcast.
With one